button, too.
Come on. Yeah, the fabulous 8-Bit Bros program. You can check them out here on Ironic Radio Network. 8-Bit Bros. That's number 8. Then bit. Then bros. One word. I strongly encourage you to stay tuned for that. And if you want, they also have a Facebook page and a much better live show. Anyway, 8-Bit Bros, 8 p.m., Ironic Radio Network.
It's 8 o'clock, and you know what that means.
Oh, what's up, everyone? Time for another episode of the 8-Bit Bros. This is not a kid-friendly show. Adult language, adult content. We have a great show planned for you. Stay tuned. Do the right thing, people. Put your kids in the closet.
Welcome back to another fun-filled fact debacle we like to call the 8-Bit Bro Show. That faded out quick on me. Center box gets a square.
What up, people?
To the left, me, Web Boy. To the right, 846 miles south, the one and only Thumpin' Loud. 2 top boxes today. Left box, Jim Andrinos in the house.
Hello, everybody.
Right box, J7.
Hello.
Jessica Monostat. Love it. You know I love it. They got to play.
J3.
J3. But she wanted to be J7 because I guess she wants the 7 days recuperation time. I don't know how that works.
No,
The 3 looks like
No, it
boobs.
takes 7 days for Monostat to work.
No, there's Monostat 3. We had this conversation.
Yeah,
And then there's that new organic one that works in 1 day but feels like your pussy's about to fall off in flames, burning up.
the reason it all started was
Wait.
because Monostat
Great name for a punk
was
band.
Monostat 7.
True. So we were, well, how was the weekend? Let's start right there. Weekend recap. Weekend?
Great. I went and saw
You-
Jay and Silent
You
Bob
got
reboot.
you got the same call I got. I got a buddy who called me up and he was like, I got 4 tickets, Jay and Silent Bob, but you got to leave right now. I'm like, I can't do that.
There's nothing in your life that was more important than going to that movie.
I
I
know that.
literally got a call at 5:15 saying, "Let's go. I got a ticket for you. Get in the car."
Oh, mine was at like 6:20.
Oh, well, yeah.
Yeah.
5:15. I was like, well, okay.
So did it redefine your life in some way?
It upset me that I didn't get to go. It's Jay and Silent Bob.
It was very cool. It was the first premiere of the roadshow and the movie being shown outside of their test screenings.
right.
Mm-hmm.
It was a dynamite movie if you are a
Jay
Jay and Silent Bob fan. And the way they went about the movie was Kevin Smith looked at it as, this is our final hurrah. So they literally took little bits and pieces of every movie they've already done
Here,
and
Jess.
paid homage to it in some way, shape, or form.
Here you go, Jess.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, it bothered me. Yeah.
It was very cool. No spoilers, no nothing of that nature. It was a great movie. I encourage everyone to go see it. The
Lots of
Q&A,
cameos.
the Q&A before and after were great. Everyone you would think would be in that movie was in that movie. The only thing I will say is the Quickie Stop is back.
Yeah. Well, he said that, yeah.
Filmed on location
Yeah.
in New Orleans.
Yes.
They found a building that is almost a perfect T
Yeah.
for the Quickie Stop that is no longer there in Fairhaven.
Yeah, that's no longer there.
Aw.
It's now
Something else.
Quick Check or something like
Right.
that. They knocked it down and built a Quick Check or some shit like that.
So it was very enjoyable, very good.
His Q&As are dynamite. I did the Q&A last time. That was, 2 years ago at the 17th at, what the hell is that theater?
The theater in the Highlands.
Yeah, in the Highlands, hometown for him, or whatever the hell it is.
For his
And
mom's.
that was, I mean, Jason wasn't there, which kind of sucked. Everybody thought he was going to be, and he told stories and took questions.
Well,
and he did it for 2 hours. It was great.
Jason did a whole, the whole reason why it was very poignant, because originally the publishing company or publicist or whoever that wanted to do it and premiere it in Chicago. And he's like, no.
It's Jersey or nothing.
And then it was Jersey or bust. And then when they had the opportunity to be able to do it at the Paramount in Asbury, it was even more poignant because when Jason Mewes was on his bender back in the day, he was living with Kevin, and Kevin figured the only way he was going to get Jason better was to be the overbearing, protective older brother, so to speak.
Mhm.
So every morning they would get up, throw Jason in the car, and Kevin would drive him down to Asbury Park to the methadone clinic.
Yep.
Wow.
So it was a very poignant thing that they got to do it there because to them it was almost full circle because now Jason's clean, he has a family, he has a daughter.
He's turned into a hell of a Twitch streamer, which his career took a really weird twist into the streaming market because he started as a Facebook streamer. And then there was this weird little tumble that happened, where all of a sudden you didn't see him for about a month, and then the Twitch account showed up.
And the craziest thing is the whole reason why he does his streaming and all that is the amount of feedback he gets from fellow recoveries or fellow people that are just in the beginning of their process of recovering. They look at him as
he's that beacon of hope.
Yeah, he's a beacon of hope, and there are better days ahead, and he's so appreciative of it. You could see it. You could see it on his face. You could see it in the words that were coming out of his mouth and how he was delivering those words. It was very cool. The one thing I will say is Kevin Smith's daughter, that girl can act.
Okay.
She literally stole the show with her acting in this movie. Opposite Jason Mewes, who
Wow.
is the main actor. It was so well done. She has a very bright future in front of her when it comes to thematic acting.
Okay.
So did that. Then went and
Oh,
drank
New
in
Orleans
Asbury.
in the house. What up, Lily?
Did that. Went and drank in Asbury. Came home Sunday. I was an adult and did important things like laundry
Oh, adulting.
Hashtag adulting.
and winning in fantasy football.
Well, yeah, that's besides the point. We all had some of us had killer days, others had good days, others were like,
I got beat by a guy that didn't even run a quarterback this week.
Yeah, that's hard to do.
Well, we have an 8-Bit Bros Fantasy Football Listener League, and the deal was we'd all put up $50, and if you can beat us, you get $150.
Winner takes all.
Yep.
Winner take all. Okay.
Yeah, we don't get to keep. We don't get to take the money, and that prize pool rolls until somebody takes us.
It was a bizarre week in our league because there was a lot of teams that put up very low points,
Yeah.
unaccustomed to what we're used to seeing. Usually,
Bonuses are hit. And
Yeah. I mean, usually, everybody gets like 150 points a week.
I put up 75.
No, you put up 84.
Well, I'm lucky I even got that.
4. Some put up 84 points to Gully the Bedroom Bully,
who's
which
not
is-
even managing his team.
which isn't even right. And he
No, because he ran Baker Mayfield on a bye week this week, who was also questionable and on a bye week.
Is it questionable that he was going to be out for the bye?
Yeah, like he was going to show up at the. Well, you see the commercials. He stays at the stadium pretty regular if you've seen any of the commercials.
Those commercials are pretty damn good.
They
too.
are hilarious.
Especially the one with the Saki animals.
Yeah.
Fortunately for Thump, he took his first loss and dropped to 6-1. He was on a roll. He was on a tear.
Isn't this what happened last year, bro?
He'll be fine now. He'll be fine. He'll be fine.
I'm a coming. Knock, knock.
Oh, well, that's
Rand,
good. I mean, I need somebody else up
got
there.
extremely fucking lucky.
No, I didn't.
Okay.
I ran the Patriots defense like
You
I have
got
every week.
extremely lucky, okay? And I'll tell you why you got lucky.
Out of your own mouth, to my understanding, you even didn't think this game was going to go your way.
Yeah.
No, when it went into this game, I was like, I have no choice.
He said to me, "You got me beat flat out.
Yeah.
You lost because they took Tom Brady out of the game."
Oh, did they?
Yeah. That's how you lost. Okay.
No, that's how you lost.
Well, that's how I lost. If the Jets were to actually score some points, you wouldn't have had the 31.9 New England's defense put up, which was a hell of a 4 interceptions, 69 return yards. I mean, their defense really wasn't that. 4 interceptions, 69 return yards. The fact that they scored 30 or 33 or whatever the fuck it was, 33 points, and the Jets scored nothing. He got all the point bonuses, and it gave him 31 points. All they had to do was score, and he gets knocked down like 10 fucking points, and you leave Brady in, and I win that. So whatever. I took the loss. I didn't need the loss. What he should have done was folded this week and let me win. So at least he still would have been in 3rd place. I could have moved up to 4th.
Like me keeping TC remotely hanging around by folding on my team this week. I was like,
No,
look, guys, I want everybody on my team to underperform except for a defense and 1 player. Please. And, all I need y'all two to do is make your points.
8-Bit Bros would have been that much closer to being 1, 2, 3 in the listener league. Inappropriate Gesture, who is one of the Angry Dandelions on the network, played Hold My Vic and kicked his fucking ass.
Yes, he did. But he said the very next day, he said, thanks to an outstanding performance by the one, Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers over.
Except how they talk about him in the Discord is that's AA. That's AA Rodgers. That's
50 points.
AA Ron.
50 points. Other teams in the league, Bell Cow Ricky, faithful listener, played my wife's team and took another loss. So he's now 2-5. My wife's team moves to 4-3. Starting to Kerrigan, 4-3. Beat Golden Taint.
Nice.
Are you ready for this point? You ready?
Okay.
My fantasy football, 130, 150 in this league is good. Anything above that, now I had a good game. 87-70.
All right.
I mean, 87-70.
So that was
San
Francisco versus Washington.
Yeah.
Matt Ryan scored 3.56 points as a quarterback. And on the opposite side, Patrick Mahomes scored 7.24.
Yeah.
Both went out hurt.
Yep.
Yeah.
That Niners game should have actually finished on 6-0. That was the garbage touchdown at the end of the game that they didn't even kick an extra point for. They were just like, hey, it's over. Fuck it.
But so as it stands, Thump is in 1st place. Hold My Vic is in 2nd. Ren's Wrinkle Cream is in 3rd. My wife's team 4th. Starting to Kerrigan 5th. Gully the Bedroom Bully 6th. Golden Tate 7th. I got bitches.
Webby.
8th place. See, that win would have put me up there, right? It would have been 1-3-4. 9th place, Bell Cow Ricky. 10th, Inappropriate Gesture. Biggest blowout of the week was Inappropriate. So he gets a medal for that. That's always good. And it's on to next week.
I am so on to next week because this was just bad. If you go down and you look at how the scoring went for my team, everybody on my team averaged maybe 4 to 6 points. I mean, it was horrible.
Well, you got a huge game next week that you need to pull out, period, because you're playing the 2nd place team.
They're playing Wookiee.
Yeah, you're playing Hold My Vic. I get to play Gesture. Ren plays Starting to Kerrigan, so that's 3rd versus 5th. That's still a big game. Bell Cow Ricky plays Gully, and he's got a lot of buys going on, so we'll see what happens there. Maybe he don't fucking do anything, and the 6th place team gets knocked down 1. And then the final game is my wife's team versus Golden Taint, and that's 4 versus 7.
OBS is an absolute cheat show tonight.
Not that it's position matchups, but it's big.
I would like to point out that while we've been talking football, Jessica's been busy promoting the show.
Is that why my phone is going?
Yeah. And she said there's tons of football talk for some reason. I think that's the one with the home runs.
Yes. That's on now. We can put that game on if you want. I mean, the World Series probably just about started.
Yeah, but the Yankees aren't on it.
No.
Thank God.
No. Jim got his wish.
I love that they're not there.
Jim got his wish.
You're one of those.
I would have loved to have seen the Yankees
people.
Nationals, man.
That's why he's wearing his Mets hat.
I am a Mets fan, diehard Mets fan, but I don't root against the Yankees. But they did 2 things in this postseason that I just thought were deplorable.
Yeah, I partook in one of them. Go ahead.
One was there was a gentleman who, if you know anything about minor league baseball, minor league players make almost no money.
Maximum of like
Really?
$55,000.
Yeah,
if you're
I
lucky.
mean,
Wow.
almost no money.
Yeah.
So to make ends meet during the off season, he was an Uber driver. So the Yankee fans decided it would be nice to chant Uber while he was warming up, which is just a dickish thing to do.
They were doing it in the second and third.
Oh, that sounds like Webb's other team that he roots for too. They're a bunch of dicks too. The New Orleans Saints this week decided to show their ass on the field, and in poor taste, two of their players decided to go, "Hey, you're short, running back," and start measuring him on the fucking field during the game.
Yeah.
Like, it explains why you're a fan, dick.
Hey, the greatest
Yeah.
thing I saw this week, coming from a football organization, the New Orleans Saints put out a tweet, okay?
Uh-huh.
And it started with the video clip of Stephen A. Smith, a la biggest asshole on the face of the planet, #1, ESPN, telling the world that the New Orleans Saints were done because Drew Brees was out. Okay, so it's the video clip of him saying that, and then as soon as he's done saying that, it switches to Steve Carell from The Office laughing his ass off.
Yeah.
And this was posted by the team.
They're 6-1 now?
6-1 with, if you want to call it a backup quarterback. I mean, it's Teddy Bridgewater.
Yeah, he was a starting
Not a
quarterback in Minnesota. If things wouldn't have went the way they did, he'd probably
Yeah.
still be the starting quarterback in Minnesota.
You mean his leg not going in two different directions?
Yeah.
When he
yeah.
got hit.
And then the infection that almost killed him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
but then everything that followed after that with Case Keenum performing dramatically good,
Yeah.
and then the deal to come and get Kirk Cousins going the way it did. Like, there's a lot of stuff that played into Bridgewater not being there anymore.
Kirk Cousins thing still makes no sense to
Do
me.
you, do you think the Vikings, who got rid of Teddy Bridgewater, by the way, after he took them to the playoffs in his rookie season, are kicking themselves in the ass by guaranteeing 80-something fucking million
84.
to a quarterback who, on a good day, looks like a peasant?
Let me ask you this. After the Jets' performance yesterday, do you think that they're regretting trading Bridgewater for a 6th round?
Right? Did you watch that game? Did you?
Oh, my God.
The fucking, I mean, what is wrong with Darnold? I see ghosts. This guy actually, and the TV replayed it like 3 times.
Yeah.
He's at the sidelines going, I see ghosts. And now the talk is maybe he's not out of his concussion protocol.
No.
Maybe he's still a little fucked up in the head.
What do you mean he wasn't out for concussion? He was out for mono.
It's out for
Well, I mean, no, like maybe he's still got a spleen infection. I'm sorry, not a concussion. Spleen infection.
Yeah, maybe he's like hallucinating and literally seeing dead people.
Yeah.
No, he wasn't seeing dead people. He was getting hit really fucking hard by the Patriots.
Yeah, they
And
beat-
often.
Yeah, they beat the shit
He
out of
was
him.
on the turf more frequently than a $2 whore.
9
He
hits.
was just down there all the time.
9 hits in the first quarter or something like
The
that. They-
ghost he thought he was seeing was himself still standing there as a quarterback.
Maybe he had an out-of-body experience.
The ghost was the Patriot defense that Red Mets on. That's what it was.
Right? Oh, what a fucking what a
Hey,
ballistic
I'm
game.
not wrong.
No, he didn't see ghost. He got his ass whooped.
In the worst way too.
Yeah,
I mean,
he midway through that became a boxer and didn't know it. Nobody told him.
what did he have? 43 total yards in the first half.
There was a knockdown. It wasn't even a sack, or it was a knockdown in the first quarter where he bounced like 240, 250.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
something like
like a 250-pound man bounced. That's
Yeah.
like momentum and force. Like keep damn. That's serious.
that. Yeah, it was a disaster of a game for the Jets. I mean,
Yeah.
for a team that looked so great come the beginning of the season on paper, you were like, whoa, I mean, you got Darnold.
Well, a
and-
team that looked so great last week.
yeah, last week when they
Beat the
Beat the
Cowboys.
when they watched enough film tape. Well, maybe that's the problem. There was film out there to show you how to beat the Cowboys, and there really isn't much film out there on anything the Patriots do wrong besides Edelman still not being able to catch balls. He's horrible.
Which that actually is what probably saved me from Ertz' comeback over in the wet T-shirt league this week is that was the one person he still had to run when it was all said and done on Sunday. And I'm looking and I'm like, I hope it's not an Edelman day. I hope it's not his rotation. I hope it's a Tom Brady to everybody else day.
Tom Brady.
Oh, man, you say what you want, but you got to give the guy some credit.
I guess so.
I mean,
you gotta give Seton some credit too. So.
I'm just going to say it, and I'm going to say it again, and I'm going to put it on Facebook and everywhere else, and I'll get yelled at. It's November, and you can't talk the Super Bowl. Saints versus the Patriots.
Like I said, tattoo it. I don't want to hear your shit. You stand so firmly behind it.
I will tattoo my team logo on me, but I am not putting the Patriots on me. You can suck a dick on that one.
No, I just want you to tattoo your team with the Super Bowl on it.
All I got to say is if you're
look, we'll make a
fan,
deal. We'll make a deal with you.
No, there's
we'll
no deal. There's no deal. You can suck my dick.
You put the same.
That's where you can. Hey, if you put it on it, I'll find somebody to do it.
It's fine.
I'm telling you, you put the Saints logo on you with the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And then when they win, you can put in what Super Bowl that was.
I don't have to. Then I can already have it filled in because we've already won one.
No.
Oh, no.
Future
Yeah.
only.
Yeah. No, future only. Suck a dick.
I don't think either of those two teams will make the Super Bowl.
I want to see it. Don't you want to see Breeze versus Brady?
No.
I want to see the battle of the undefeateds.
Football fan.
I want to see the battle of the undefeateds. I want to see these two teams. I want Jimmy G to be able to step into the arena against his former team and fucking go at it. That's what I want to see. I want to see these two teams that are poised to potentially just run the train, run into each other in the Super Bowl, and put on a show. I want to see that.
Are the worst undefeated team I've ever seen.
Agreed. Last week proved it.
Dear God.
Last week proved it.
Dear God.
Yeah. Okay, so you play good in a hurricane?
It's not a hurricane. It was rain all day long.
Dude, it was a miserable. You and I talked about this earlier today. That was one of the most miserable games in the world that anybody would have had to have played in since the 70s.
That's more than 30 yards this whole season.
I don't think so.
It is a dink and dunk offense.
It's working for them.
It's working for them
until they face somebody good.
Then the second somebody figures out how to shut down their run game, it won't work for them anymore.
True. True.
Who's their running back?
I don't even know. Who's their running back? Mac Breda.
I think they got two.
We got Breda and Breda's done nothing. We talked about that DFS. I mean, at DFS we talked about that game too. That was the only game this week that was going to be impacted by weather. And I said what? Rain all day long and an 11-mile-an-hour wind. So it was no hurricane. That would have been like, at least 40-plus mile-an-hour winds. That game was horrible. It was cute to see the defensive guys make big plays and then slide across the... That was their celebration. They were doing like slip and slides.
Yeah.
Cute.
And let's be really honest. If you're playing the Washington Redskins, we in this room could score 9 points against the Redskins.
Yeah, this is true. Right now, you could definitely score like that against my guys, but
yeah.
Dear God, you don't even have to touch the ball to score against the Redskins.
This is true.
Yeah.
Who have they? I mean, have the Niners played anybody?
No, it's been bad.
I mean, okay.
We said when they got rid of the coach, and this is one of the rare moments that I've ever agreed with loudmouth ESPN talk show host.
Yeah.
Mr. What is it?
Stephen Asshole Smith.
Stephen
A. Smith.
Take it in his A. Smith.
Exactly.
Take it in his A. Wow.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't like the guy. I don't like his personality. I don't like the fact that he's just a shock jock journalist. Like he's not a real guy.
No.
You've never seen a real Stephen A. Nobody that's ever watched him on ESPN sees a real Stephen A. Because I guarantee you, if he acted like that outside of that studio, people would punch him in his face.
True that.
True. I feel like that's true for a lot of.
Yeah, that is a persona and a personality, and I just don't like it. It's never been a good thing for me. But he was right. When we got rid of Jay Gruden, it it was undeniable that he got fired because he was losing games. And that is the only reason he got fired. The turmoil and the horrible upper end of my franchise is abysmal.
If you get fired for losing games, then why does the GM still have a job there?
That's what I'm saying. That we don't want to talk about. And actually, the GM doesn't have a job. We don't have a GM at the moment.
Right, you got an acting.
We got an acting GM, which is the guy that all of our fan bases wanted out of the building for, I don't know, 10 years. And then we got an owner that we're pleading for him to sell.
Sell the team. Get rid of it. Get it out from underneath you. The Niners, who are undefeated, have played nobody. Unless you want to consider the Steelers game, which I think is the game Ben went down.
Didn't they beat the Rams?
Joy.
Yeah, the Rams, you can't count the Rams this season. Nobody's counting the Rams this season.
Rams suck.
All right.
They've been exposed for 3 straight weeks, maybe 4.
Yeah, Donald looks like
So are you two ready to drink up on that one?
Okay. The Niners have played the Bucks.
'Cause I'm looking pretty fucking good right now with the 49ers coming out of this division, taking it.
Week 1, they played the Bucks. Week 2, they played the Bengals. 2 shit teams.
Yeah.
Week 3, they played the Steelers, which, if I'm not mistaken, and correct me if I'm wrong, isn't that when Ben went down?
That
Down in that game?
He either went down in that game or the week before.
And they only won that game by 4 points. The following week, they played the Browns. Then they played the Rams. Now they played the Redskins. Next week, they play the Panthers. That should be a good game because the Panthers are rested, but they have no quarterback.
Houston up 2-0.
Actually, no, the Panthers are pretty comfortable in their backup situation right now. There's actually talk right now of seeing a team possibly make a play to move Cam out of Carolina.
Said that already. Cam never throws.
Yeah, but Cam goes somewhere. There's a team that's willing to grab him.
Yeah, he goes to the Jets.
No, it's not the Jets.
Well, it should be.
Does anybody think that San Francisco beats Seattle?
No. No, they play the Cardinals. They play the Panthers, then they play the Cardinals. Oh, okay.
Actually, the Cardinals right now
could probably beat them.
I was going to say, if y'all watched what Murray did this week,
he's starting to come into his own.
He kind of was like, no, guys,
But then yet that was against the Giants, so.
Yeah, but that was also to prove a point to a guy that was drafted, what?
Yes.
Right below him.
Yeah, above him.
I'm better than you, kid.
Yeah. Then they play the Seahawks, like you said. They play the Seahawks. Okay, well, maybe that's a Monday night game if I'm not mistaken, it's a Monday night game.
Where's it at?
Niners home.
No, it's at Levi.
Yeah. Then they play the Cardinals again. Enjoy. Then they play the Packers. Okay, there's a decent game.
Yeah, because if Aaron's already starting to feel a little bit of a vibe going on with where the direction is, and if they can keep a defense underneath them, that team's gonna be ruthless.
Hey, then they play after the Packers. They play the Ravens. Anybody confident in the Ravens?
Very much so confident in the Ravens. If their running backs can't get it done, their quarterbacks go get it done. I mean, I personally think that Jackson's got it. He's got the juice.
There's nobody else in that division to come out of it.
No.
True. Okay. Now we're rolling around December. They play them December 1st.
And we're down again.
Following game is the Saints. Who knows what that team's going to look like by then? In the Dome. Who knows what the Saints are going to look like by then? It's a dome game, so it's not a weather game. There's no cold weather. Saints are really good in the dome. The crowd, we'll see. I'm not going to predict anything, but then it's the Falcons, the Rams, and the Seahawks. And they played 3 good teams.
End of the season, San Francisco.
They've already had to play the Seahawks once, then.
Yes, they played them twice. Division.
So they played them once and beat them already.
No, they haven't played them yet. November 11-11.
11-11?
Yes.
End of the season.
Monday night, right?
The 49ers will not be in the top 5 in victories in the NFL.
They will. They'll take that division.
Take the division, won't be in the top 5 of victories. I'm telling you right now, the Patriots will have more.
I see Out of all the games
Well,
that
Patriots
Well,
have
I
the
mean,
East-
the Patriots will probably have more. That's
Of all the
never
games that
really
we-
the issue, but
Out of all
Patriots
the
will have
ga-
more. KC will have more.
all the games that Webby mentioned,
Yeah.
I see splitting with Seattle, so there's one loss.
Okay.
Green Bay can go either way.
Yeah.
So we'll call it 2 losses.
Uh-huh.
Saints can go either way. We'll really know if that defense is for real by that point.
Well, sure, it's December,
So
yeah.
we'll call it a loss. That's 3 losses. I don't see any other losses in that schedule
Right.
unless they don't show up to play.
They play shit teams.
So that puts them at
11.
13-3.
Yeah.
They're
okay.
not making 13-3.
13-3 is where that
maybe,
puts them.
Maybe 12-4, but they're not going undefeated. Then now the Patriots.
No.
They're
I'm
gonna
not
be
saying
an
they're going to go
11-5 team
undefeated.
to win the division.
Yeah.
But there'll be at least 4 teams with more. At least 4 teams with more victories. Green Bay will have more victories. New Orleans will have more victories.
I wouldn't count your chickens on Green Bay yet. Just because, I mean, Webby and I had this conversation. Being a Packer fan, like, I have my thumb on the pulse, and I'm seeing what has happened from week 1
to now.
to now. And granted, they blew the doors off of this week's opponent.
Chicago, yeah.
Division game.
Yeah.
You know, so they came to play at home, and the Bears have been a problem the past couple seasons. They almost lost to Detroit. They should have lost to Detroit. If even as a fan of my own team, they should have not won that game.
But I just think San Francisco is a horrible team. I think Buffalo's
defense-
better.
a little help from your refs. Ba-dun-dun-dun-dun. A little help from your refs.
Is for real.
They are, but they don't have a receiver that can catch the ball.
They just got that.
They
They signed Emmanuel Sanders.
Yes, today.
They just signed
Today.
A couple of days ago. If you remember, I said to you the 4 moves.
Yep.
Mohamed Sanu, bye-bye. Now I'm in New England.
Yo, how much enticement do you have in the fantasy division with Sanu making the move to New England?
I think he gets buried in the depth chart.
Yeah. They're going to need the help with Edelman. I think he's just going to be another Edelman and maybe.
Do we know
he'll
if
pick up
Gordon's done
dink
for
and
the
dunk.
season?
I don't know. He's still on the questionable or some shit like that. I have no idea. No clue.
I think we need to move off football so Jessica can talk about something.
Right before we came on the air, we were sitting here bullshitting about crazy, wacky laws
Yeah.
that pop up in states or cities and Tom, why don't you look up the crazy laws in your state, North Carolina,
Okay.
just in your state, okay? I have some crazy ones around the United States. In Alabama, it's illegal to drive blindfolded.
What if you're Stevie Wonder? Is it still illegal?
I don't know. I have no idea. You cannot drive blindfolded. In Alaska, you can't put an animal in the back of an open vehicle.
So no dog in your pickup truck.
No dog in your convertible. I guess no dog. Well, you can't put anything. You can't put anything that breathes in the back of a pickup truck and drive down the road with it. That is illegal.
Unless it has a camper shell.
Unless it has a camper shell, yeah.
Depends on the state. There are states that it's legal that you can put people in the back of a pickup truck and you can drive.
I believe
down the
in
road.
dump state it's legal.
It might be.
Yeah, it was. I don't know if it still is, whether or not they changed it, because I remember growing up that way. But oh no, you can still do that. I saw some people during the summer that were riding around. Guys that go and do yard work.
Yeah.
You'll see they'll pile up all the brush into the back of all the yard debris for a day will get piled up in the back of a pickup truck. And then on top of that, there'll be like a lawnmower, weed eater, some gas cans, and then like the guys that did the work.
Holding on to everything to make sure.
Holding on to everything to make sure, because we do have pretty stringent laws about stuff flying out of your pickup truck.
Well, yeah.
If stuff flies out of your pickup truck, you'll get your ass kicked.
But you're in the South, so if an illegal alien flies out of the back of your truck, you're fine.
That's why it's probably
only if you back up and hit him twice.
In Arizona, it's illegal for a donkey to sleep in a bathtub.
Wow. Okay. So if it sleeps somewhere else in your house, it's okay?
Yep, not in a bathtub.
Not in a bathtub.
Yeah.
I love the fact that you had me do this. I think everybody should onlyinyourstate.com.
Yeah.
That is the website.
Okay.
Only in your state.com, and then tag it to whatever you want to. My number 20 is almost should be a number 1.
Here's a strange one for you before we get into our cities, states. In Arkansas, you can't honk your horn near a sandwich shop after 9 p.m.
I wonder how that even got on the books. Like, what did the dude that pissed off the sheriff or the local legislator, like, what happened that the legislator was like, yep.
It is blamed on one specific dude. I don't have much information on it.
I wonder what he did.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because in the state of Arkansas, most sandwich shops are closed by 9 p.m. anyway.
Yeah, that means he was out there probably blowing the horn, going, "Look, motherfuckers, it's 8:58," and they were like, "Nah, man, your watch is a little fast." And he was like, "Fuck you, it's 8:58," and some shit led to some other shit, and somebody probably got shot.
Right.
And he was out there blowing the horn when a bigger dude came out of the sandwich shop and was like, not happening.
In Colorado, it's illegal to keep a couch on your porch.
Oh, you can't have that in Dub State.
Oh, no.
I've been through rural North Carolina. There are more couches on porches than there are porches.
You can't have a couch on your porch in Colorado.
A couch?
A couch.
Yeah, I've got like, my porch has got 2 tape.
Like,
How many couches you got?
No couches. Now I did live in a house, 1111, Yanceyville Street, where we had one of those like Victorian wraparound style porches with the columns all the way around the house, and we had 5 couches on the porch of that place, but there were a shit ton of us living there too, so we just all go outside during summer and hang out on the porch and shit and do whatever. We were young. That's what we did. But currently my house has a 4-seater, 4-top and a 2-top, cast iron 2-top.
Okay.
And then I've got a swing, and at one point I had a grill until I had a car on it.
Okay.
You know, the car moved the grill.
I'll give you one more before we go to our states or our areas or whatever. In the 1800s, a group of men wrongfully sold cucumbers marked as pickles. Okay? So there's a law in Connecticut that a pickle must be able to bounce. Otherwise, it is not a pickle, and you can be sued for selling a bad pickle.
See, and that's why we didn't fuck around with pickles from anywhere else, and you can go to Mount Olive, North Carolina, and I'm sure y'all all know where the pickles come from.
Your lady wants to see me bounce my pickles.
In Delaware, you can't sell dog hair. It's illegal.
So hair of the dog that bit you is illegal?
Yeah, I guess so.
Can't sell dog hair. Okay. So I think in New York City, you can't put on a puppet show on a window.
That's right. You're not allowed. At your window. You're not allowed to do that.
So wait, so if I open the door and then have a puppet show, that's
fine.
okay?
But if you open your window and use your window ledge as a puppet show, you can get a ticket. And I think the ticket is disorderly conduct.
Yeah.
In New Jersey?
No, you can go to jail for 30 days.
Oh, 30 days for having
for having a puppet show
a
on window.
You think that includes finger puppets too?
I wonder how Macy's twinkle toed around that.
Right?
It's illegal for birds to poop on statues.
Yes, in New
the
Jersey.
State of New Jersey.
It says nothing about the humans, though.
I mean,
apparently I can shit on a statue. It's not against law.
That sounds like New Jersey.
How about this? Okay, I'll give you another one from New Jersey, and I'm not on the same list. I'm on a different list, and it goes back to the pickles. In the city of Trenton,
can't eat them on Sunday.
You cannot eat pickles on Sundays. It is outlawed. Look at your end space. Oh.
That must be why Chick-fil-A's closed on Sundays, is because they put pickles on their sandwich and they don't want anybody to break the law.
No, that's just like Christian Road.
I know exactly what it was.
Oh, it's not. No, that's fucking car
Sounds like
dealership.
I know why they
Oh, yeah, and it's
closed.
All I did was have a Ren moment where I was like, I'm going to say something completely absurd.
In Manville, it
They
is
are born again Christians.
That's
They
as
are-
close to being a Jew as you can.
in Manville. It's illegal to offer alcohol or tobacco to zoo animals.
Oh, okay.
That's funny. I've got a relatable on 19 and 20 on my list because this is 20 completely absurd and strange laws that are only in North Carolina. North Carolina is the only state in the country where alcohol is controlled by both the ABC board and a council of more than 160 different local boards.
Oh, okay.
That's because we have dry counties here, but not a dry state.
Right. Yeah, we've got a.
Actually, there's a town not too far away from me. I guarantee you, like 15, 20 minutes away from me, that up until 2016, 15 was a dry county. And there's a couple that are still in existence. Also, to go along with the zoo animals section of this, number 19, elephants may not be used to plow cotton fields.
But up until 1864, it was perfectly legal.
Oh boy, I'm not gonna say a word.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna say a word.
I just put,
illegal since day one, 1864.
just put that out
Different-
there. Just put that out there.
I'm just saying.
Actually, we've got
Talk about the elephant in the room, shall we?
we've got the largest zoo on the East Coast, with the largest, if I'm not mistaken, in the U.S. for African animals.
Oh, speaking of animals, in Florida, you have to pay parking fees if you're parking your animal.
Hold on one second.
Does that
So
include
you mean-
alligators?
You mean in North Carolina, they have actually boated in things from Africa to keep them trapped in behind bars?
Again?
Is that what you're saying?
Directly into Ashboro.
How?
In the middle of the state. They boated them in, and then they put them on railroad cars and took them to the middle of the state and trapped them all right there.
Crazy.
I see a similarity happening here. I see some parallels.
All right.
That's all I'm saying.
So what did I say? Trenton before, right? That's the state's capital, right?
Yeah.
Trenton. Okay.
Yeah.
And Newark's pretty big too, right?
Yeah.
I am so glad they don't enforce this.
That's where the IRS is. In the city of Newark, you need a doctor's note to buy ice cream after 6 p.m.
A
But-
doctor's note?
Surprisingly, in Newark, you can get cracked 24/7.
Right, but you need
That's
a
all I'm saying.
doctor's note to buy ice cream after 6 p.m.
Hey, Webb.
Yeah.
According to number 18 on my list here, you and I would have been in trouble.
I have to see that doctor's note.
You, I, and Ren and everybody else in your household on Rock Band nights would have gotten in some major trouble in my state, which I was unaware. It's against the law to sing off key in North Carolina.
Oh Jesus! I'm not
Imagine
allowed to
what,
drive through there.
imagine what prompted that law. It's like
Probably
like-
our rock band nights in North Carolina.
Yeah, that's probably. I didn't know that there was a law written for me.
Can I just get back to Wet Boy's thing? What the fuck doctor is going to give you a note for ice cream?
The
What
one
doctor's
that
put
takes your
out
tonsils.
Script for Rocky Road.
The one that
Maybe-
takes your tonsils.
Oh,
Holy-
yeah, maybe the guy
maybe
does
tonsils.
throat surgery. Yeah.
You just showed your age right there.
I mean, you can
Yeah, I
get
did.
fined and arrested.
Yeah.
You can go to jail for not having a doctor's note to buy Rocky Road or Turkey Farm,
What are
Turkey
you in
Hill.
here for?
Hey.
I bought ice cream at 8:15.
Hey, Webb, I got a food one for you.
Go ahead, Thump.
17 on my list. You know it's
Yeah.
a felony in the state of North Carolina to steal more than $1,000 worth of grease.
So that means you can't kidnap a 12-year-old boy. Thank you.
Ba-da-ba-ba.
Jim, I'll be here all week.
1,000 pounds of grease.
$1,000
Oh,
worth
$1,000
of grease.
worth of grease.
So as
And
long as
if
you
I'm not
have a receipt showing that you paid $999 for it, you're good.
Actually, I do believe that this is possibly a recent development. North Carolina was one of the first states to legalize biofuels, and one of the main conversions was cooking grease from restaurants that was being converted. We got a big ass fuel farm nearby, and cooking grease was being used to convert into biofuel. Instead of using petroleum, they were using old cooking grease, and I think that's where this law came to be. I think that's a more recent thing.
What do you got on your list?
But it's still absurd.
Chip.
Okay, Haddon Township.
It's illegal to annoy someone of the opposite sex.
That's on my list too. But
Perfectly fine to annoy someone of the same sex.
Yeah.
Same sex annoying, perfectly fine.
That's on my list, but it doesn't.
Am I annoying you yet, Ren? Am I there? Am I there? Am I there?
It's a statewide. See, now over here it says statewide law.
It's a statewide law.
Statewide.
On my list it says statewide law. And if this is the case, I should be fucking locked up every goddamn night. I annoy the shit out of my significant other.
Here's a good one for you. In Blairstown, New Jersey. I don't know if you've ever been to Blairstown, New Jersey.
I don't think so.
But it is. You ain't from around here, are you, boy? It's one of those places.
Oh my god!
And in Blairstown, it's actually a law that it is illegal to plant trees along the street because they obscure the air.
That's how it's written, huh?
It is legal to plant trees along the street because they obscure the air.
Hey, Mel, look over there at that air, man. Look how pretty that air is. I can't see it because of the tree.
It's being all obscured and shit.
Do you know it's illegal in the state of New Jersey to sell handcuffs to minors?
But actually handcuffing a minor is looked upon favorably.
Of course, we all know you.
Second kid joke of the day. Here we go.
All right, here's one that should be changed. If you're convicted of driving under the influence, you're no longer allowed to have a custom license plate. I think it should just be the opposite.
You should say drunk.
Yeah, the asshole.
Yeah.
You should get a custom license plate for getting a DUI.
Stay the fuck away from this guy.
Yeah, just the number. Go ahead.
One that I actually love. It says
State, New York?
New York.
Okay.
It's illegal to throw a ball at someone's face for fun.
Oh, but I can do it in anger?
It says you can't do it for fun.
So you can do it in anger.
As long as I'm aiming at your ball, totally fine.
So spitballs are illegal. Dodgeball is no longer fun. Well, I'm getting video interrupted on this side now.
Oh, yeah, it happened. It come back already.
Okay.
In the state of New Jersey,
yeah,
it is illegal to frown at a cop.
Oh, in the entire state. That's on my list, too. You cannot frown at a cop. You can be arrested for it.
Yes.
For frowning at a cop?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You need to be happy while I give you this ticket.
You can't frown him and go, these titties.
Even if he laughs.
Right. How about in Sea Isle City?
Uh-huh.
It is illegal to boil bones on your property.
Yeah, I think that's a good law.
Bones.
No, what if you want to make stock?
Soup.
Yeah, I was going to say
Right.
You got the
ham bone.
You can say human bones.
It
They change it to human bones, and I'm right with
Well,
that.
Are we
okay.
talking about human
the
bones?
law
or
on
just
the books.
any bones?
The law on the books is you
Rock and
can
roller.
boil bones on the property. You're breaking this law. Yeah. Hopefully, if you're breaking this law, it's because of making soup. You're not allowed to boil bones.
In New York, if you flirt, it's a $25 fine.
Hey, Webb.
Yeah.
Hey,
what?
Webb. Next time you and IDK come down, if y'all decide to stay in a hotel, make sure you do not register as a married couple. Because if a man and a woman who aren't married go to a hotel and register themselves as married, according to state law, you're married.
Talk about fucking common law instant.
Boom.
Holy Christ.
And you got a big Louis in here somewhere. I
Whatever
tried to get him in,
I
but
now pronounce you man and wife.
I wonder if that works in the south of the border, because supposedly the guy who married my parents was a shyster and the marriage isn't legal. But if they shacked up together as a married couple, then they are married.
right.
There's no taking selfies with tigers in New York City.
No, that's
No.
That's some bullshit right there.
Well, I'm sure that's because someone got eaten by one.
Is that because of that lady that got mauled?
I don't know.
Could have been the fucking asshole magicians.
Hey,
Yeah.
this is how North Carolina combated the Klan.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Organizations may not hold their meetings when members present are in costume.
Interesting.
That doesn't work for the furry community, does it?
Actually, it doesn't work for zombie enthusiasts or
Comic-Con.
yeah,
Comic-Con.
yeah. It really kind of puts a damper on a lot of other fun activities, but it does stop the clan from gathering. So
Caldwell, New Jersey. We've all been there, I'm
Not
sure.
far from here.
Right, we've all been there, I'm sure. It is illegal to shake your groove thing
Yeah.
down Main Avenue, and you may not wear shorts on Main Avenue either.
oh wow.
Your groove thing may fall out.
We want your group thing securely attached. We don't want it chicking about.
Y'all got bingo parlors up there at all?
Well, sort of, not really, not labeled as a bingo parlor, but they do that like every Thursday at the Knights of Columbus.
All right. Well, North Carolina bingo games may not last longer than 5 hours, and alcohol is not allowed at bingo games.
Oh, see, in Jersey, it's BYOB. They will not have anybody there to serve it, but it's BYOB.
No, not allowed.
I don't think you can walk in with a case.
I kind of can't believe they had to make a law about this, but North Carolina's good about making laws that don't make sense about why they came to fruition. It is illegal to rollerblade on state highways in North Carolina.
I mean,
I don't
Well,
know. I didn't know you had to be told that you shouldn't do that, but
You know, that's why I love this kind of stuff, by the way. Because sometimes you see a sign and you're like, who would even do that, though? But the reason that it's a sign is because someone did it.
look at the guy who rode his fucking horse over the outer bridge.
But
nope.
there's
Dr.
something-
Pepper in itself and its warning label that's been on it since they switched to their plastic bottles. Do not point bottle at face when opening.
I got a really good law in New Orleans.
Oh,
Mourners at a wake may not eat more than 3 sandwiches.
Yeah, you hungry bastards. This is not a buffet for you to come and smash at. Get the hell out.
you've been here for 4 hours. You go home now.
That's right. That's right. No more sandwiches for you.
In the entire state of New Jersey, it is illegal for a man to knit during fishing season.
Nice.
So no casting the rod, and while you're sitting there biding your time, waiting for your ice hole fish to come,
Can't
you
knit.
can't knit.
No,
cannot
you can't
knit.
fix your net.
Oh, that's a good point. That would be knitting, wouldn't it?
That is knitting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the only reason a fisherman would ever be knitting, for the most part, is to repair his net. But you can't do that during fishing season. If you didn't get your shit right before fishing season started, you got to go buy a new net because you can't fix your old one.
Is this one on your Jersey list? Statewide law.
Which one?
It is illegal to slurp your soup.
Yes.
You have a Louie Lou in the house.
Oh, God, bring him in. Why not?
Oh, he already is. Well, I've
Okay.
tried twice to bring him in, but it's like he comes in and then he's gone.
Oh.
In Louisiana, goatees are illegal unless you pay a special license fee for the privilege of wearing one in public.
Holy shit. Do you know how long I've been in violation of that fucking law?
But here's my favorite law of all time. It's from New Orleans, and I actually went to the New Orleans website so I can find it because I love this law. It is illegal for a woman in New Orleans to drive a car unless her husband is waving a flag in front of it.
Oh, my God. Is Kristen Lee still here?
That's not the greatest.
That's
That
fucking-
is the
greatest
best.
of all time.
So it is
That is the
illegal?
best, and it probably inspired a law such as this, where in North Carolina, driving on sidewalks is illegal.
Car, waving a flag.
He has to be in front of the car waving a flag. My wife is driving. Hear ye, hear ye.
My wife is driving.
For the love of God, go left, people. Go left.
In Georgia, it is illegal to live on a boat for more than 30 days.
In New Orleans, it's illegal to practice voodoo in the city limits. But you get into the suburbs, you're right at home.
Oh, sure. You get into that fucking swamp bayou shit, too. How about this one? In Hawaii, it is illegal. You ready for this? To place a coin in your ear.
Nice.
A coin in your ear.
Yes.
Magicians are out of business.
Yes.
Yeah, they're done.
Yep. Must be boring in the Rainbow
It-
State for a magician.
In New Orleans, it is you may not tie an alligator to a fire hydrant.
But anything else is okay.
Anything
A clown,
else.
a mime, the drunk bitch who, passed out on fucking Bourbon Street. You could tie them to whatever.
You can tie a dead body to
Yeah.
it, but it's
Alligator.
not a dead alligator.
Speaking of dead bodies, it's illegal in North Carolina to be visiting the dead after midnight.
I think that might be a countrywide law. Like most cemeteries close at sundown. You're
Yeah,
not
that's-
supposed to be in there.
I actually worked in a cemetery overnight back in high school.
Oh my goodness.
You
I
know,
dug
you know what,
cemeteries.
Jim? I am not surprised.
It's a great job.
Well,
It
it's
was-
just another addition to the list of shit that you've done that I'm just like, yep.
Yep.
Jim-
did.
Jim's done it. Somebody can say something to me completely fucking random. I'll be like, well, I know this guy's probably done it.
Here's the whole thing. It was in 1979, and I would get paid $75 per grave to open a grave overnight.
Damn.
My uncle was a ditch digger, a grave digger.
Because when you have to open them by shovel in an Orthodox
Oh yeah.
graveyard, you can't use
No
a
heavy
machine.
equipment. No heavy equipment.
So you had to dig it.
Yeah. It's like the
Wow.
Amish too. Same thing. No heavy equipment.
Yeah.
I got a good one for
One
you.
grave for 8 hours.
Go ahead. I got
No,
one. I got
you
quite a
grab
few.
2 or
trust
3
me.
guys.
I got a good one for Jess here.
Ooh.
Ooh.
When you come to the state of North Carolina, make sure that you are wearing at least 16 yards of clothing because otherwise it is illegal.
16
16
yards.
yards.
Women are required to wear clothes that total 16 yards.
So that's like a fucking one of them. The Hindus, head to toe.
I mean, I'm not even sure that's 16 yards.
I don't even think you're tall enough to have 16
That's
yards of
like-
clothes
Well, if you
on.
go individual threads, she might be.
Oh, true. In Illinois, it's legal for minors who are enrolled in a culinary school to drink alcohol.
Hold on, this law is a little redundant because there's no alcohol allowed at the bingo game, but it's also illegal for grandma to get intoxicated at bingo night.
Must have been a problem with.
I was
Yeah.
going to say grandma's the one that obviously led to this law being put in place to begin with.
Grandma fucking shit up.
They're just building all the laws around grandma.
Now, in Indiana, it is illegal to ride your horse faster than 10 miles an hour.
Okay.
Alrighty. Yeah.
In Alaska, it is considered an offense to push a live moose out of a moving airplane.
But if he dies in the airplane, you can drop his dead ass off.
Yeah, but if you push him out of the airplane, he's gonna
We're
be
down again.
dead when
We're
he
up.
lands. So I guess that's okay.
Yeah.
According to what vet you end up with, it may.
Legal when it starts and legal when it finishes.
Could be.
Starts out illegal. By the end, it's like totally fine. No worries. We just have to clean it up.
In Kentucky, sorry, Jess, a woman cannot marry more than 3 times.
At the same time,
No, ever.
No,
3 times.
period.
That's it. No, like Frank Sinatra shit, getting married 7 or 8 times. No, Elizabeth Taylor 9 times. No.
Yeah, I was going to
nothing.
say, you better hope your husbands don't keep dying.
In Alaska, it is illegal to give alcohol to a moose. There's a lot of moose laws in Alaska. A whole lot of shit about moose.
Well, they have a lot of mooses. Hey, here's one for Louisiana for you. It's illegal to send a surprise pizza.
Yeah.
No calling up the
No
pizza
surprise
guy and delivering
pizza?
it to your neighbor. You can't do that.
Aw,
Yep.
man.
Hey, Webb, I wonder if you see this one coming. It's illegal to practice as a professional psychic or fortune teller, but amateurs are okay.
You may not roam the city of Anchorage, Alaska with bow and arrow.
Well, Hank, okay.
All right. All right. Well, I guess in New York City, you cannot wear a mask if it's 2 people together cannot wear a mask. So if I have a mask and you have a mask and we've gathered together, we cannot wear a mask.
Well, what about all the Asian tourists who are running around with them fucking masks on?
Breaking the law.
Breaking the law, breaking the law.
The entire Halloween parade, breaking the law.
Right?
I want you to probably do a little bit of research on this one, Webb, because this may be one of those that's probably an everywhere type of thing. But
Right.
small font can get you sent to jail. A restaurant with outdoor seating must post a menu outside to be readable by those in proximity, but it has to be unreadable by those on the street.
So it's 12 point.
I got the best law from California. Women may not drive while wearing a house coat.
Oh, see, that goes along with New Jersey and the slippers. You can't be outside in your slippers.
No slippers.
No house coat. No, see,
and your husband has to be waving the flag in front of you.
Right.
And your husband, yeah.
And I have a house coat. See, he makes fun of me all the time because I'm always running around the house in my house coat. In Maine, is illegal. It is illegal to park in front of Dunkin' Donuts.
No vehicle without a driver may exceed 60 miles an hour.
Yeah, good. Yeah, but who gets popped for that if it does?
Who gets the ticket?
Self-driving car.
Oh, that makes it complicated there,
that's
huh?
true. That's kind of maybe they're being proactive and just.
All right. Well, in
credit.
Forest City, North Carolina, for any of you who may be interested in coming down and visiting Forest City, North Carolina, the town requires you to call the town hall before you're entering the city by car.
You got to call.
You got to call ahead. No, you just got to notify them.
Where is this?
Where is this?
Forest City requires you to call town hall before entering city in a car.
Forest.
I say we call now.
Mhm.
Right?
Hold on. Here's one of my
Go ahead.
in where is it? In Blythe, California.
Oh, Blythe County. Okay.
You are not permitted to wear cowboy boots unless you own 2 cows or more.
Hell yeah! No urban cowboys in California. I like it.
What does it have to do with cows?
Guys, I got it. So we'll go to Asheville and we'll drink all the beer.
Okay.
All right?
Because that's legal. It's not a dry town.
There is literally a straight road.
Can't drink that.
Fairview and Rutherford.
Can we stop and play bingo?
Oh, wait. Hold on.
You can in Asheville.
Through Rutherford, Fordton, to Forest City.
Okay.
So we'll go drink all the beer in Asheville.
Right.
And then we'll drive to Forest City and we'll call them when we hit the city limits.
There you go. That might work.
Hi, we're here. We brought beer.
In Baltimore, or
May we enter?
Mama.
No, you just got to let them know you're coming.
Right.
I mean, not for anything. I'm kind of that way about people showing up at my door. So
True. In Baltimore or Maryland, it's illegal to wear a sleeveless shirt in public unless you're a vagrant who is visiting the zoo.
oh, nice.
What if you're a vagrant just going to movies?
Nope, you're breaking the law.
All right. In Chico, California,
Oh, cool.
this falls into the category of who did this that they had to make a law about it. Detonating a nuclear device within city limits
Holy shit!
in a $500 fine.
Only $500.
Only $500.
So you wipe out 1.6 million people, and you only got to pay a $500
$500
fine.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
No murder charge.
Yeah, just a $500 fine.
Yeah.
What were you saying about fortune tellers? Where was that?
That was just in North Carolina.
Okay, because in Massachusetts, it's illegal to tell fortunes without a certificate.
Oh, so y'all are allowed to have pros up that way.
Yeah, you have to be certified.
Yeah, see, down here, no. Amateurs are okay. Pros are not welcome.
Yeah.
Also, remember the rollerblading thing from earlier?
Right.
Yeah, not only can you not rollerblade down the highway, but you also cannot do that while it's sunny.
Oh, so you can only do it-
Rollerblading in the sun is illegal.
How do you get a certificate to be a bona fide fucking psychic? Who
Apparently, you can become a professional psychic. So,
But who
Who certifies?
yeah, who certifies you in that?
I don't
Is
know.
there one master psychic?
well, he knows who you are already, and you're born, and he shows up. It goes, you're ordained.
Oh, I think you can certify yourself. I am a psychic. I've ordained myself. I see all.
Oh, okay. Well,
I think
From
we
the House
found
of Jedi.
where the village people come from. They come from Eureka, California.
Yeah.
Because in Eureka, California, men who wear mustaches are forbidden from kissing women.
Thank you. Gee.
So they can only kiss men?
Yeah.
No mustachio.
Not a fan of the facial hair, huh?
In Michigan, it's illegal to sell a car on Sunday, even your own vehicle.
Wow.
Forget the fact
hey,
ships are closed.
Hey, Webb, if you find out there's a reward out for you in North Carolina, you cannot collect your own reward money.
In Minnesota, dirty tires are banned. You cannot drive around with dirt on your tires. Your tires have to be clean.
Wait, where is this?
In Minnesota, it's considered a public nuisance.
Wait, hold on. Hold on. In Salt City.
You got to stop somewhere and get them washed. Got to stop somewhere.
Wow.
In Hollywood, it is illegal to drive more than 2,000 sheep down Hollywood Boulevard at one time.
Oh, man.
You got up to 2,000.
sheep?
You get up to 2,000.
You're a fucking sheep fucker if you got that
But here's
many.
the whole thing. They can never enforce that law because anytime they try and count it, they fall asleep. Thank you. I'm out of here. My work here is done.
Yeah, Mississippi, back to Mississippi. It is nutrition labels on food cannot be enforced by the law. So you basically can put whatever the fuck you want on the back of the packaging.
Yeah.
I got one right here that I know for a fact that one of my cousins has gotten away with on several occasions.
Mm-hmm.
You can get a DWI on a horse.
You can get it on a bicycle in New York, too.
But my cousin, his horse is the only way he ever got home from the bar.
That's his mode of transportation.
He would get drunk in the bar and get into whatever and pass out and da-da-da. And the bar staff would haul him out, sling him over his horse, untie it, smack it on the ass because he lived out in BFE. Smack it on the ass and send it on its way, and it would take him home.
Los Angeles.
Oh.
It is illegal for a man to beat his wife with a strap wider than 2 inches unless she gives her consent.
Oh, well, at least the allowance of consent.
At least he has to ask.
Yeah.
Bitch, I like it rough. In Montana, it is illegal to give a rat as a present. It's also illegal to raise rats unless you can prove that you're raising them as food for reptiles, birds of prey.
All right, so someone needs to explain this law to me. In Los Angeles, it is illegal to set metal balloons afloat in the air. I don't know much about science.
I don't know much.
But I don't think the metal's going to get airborne.
Metal balloon.
Maybe if it's aluminum.
It's Mylar is metal. Mylar has traces of metal into it.
There is metal.
Traces of metal. It's not.
Yeah,
fully
but
metal.
but that's metal. It is the way they worded it for the allowance.
Yeah. That's
because that's the ones that they don't want you releasing because of how toxic they are environmentally. Regular balloons are, they're bad enough, but Mylar balloons are horrible.
Yeah.
All right. In Norco, California.
Norco.
If you want to have a pet rhinoceros.
Oh, okay.
There is $100 license fee.
A license fee, $100 for a rhino.
For a rhino.
Nice.
For a rhino.
In Nebraska, you cannot get married if you have a venereal disease.
I think that's very considerate.
Yeah, but what if they both have a venereal disease?
Then you can't get married.
Yeah, but what if two people who have herpes love each other?
They can't get married.
It is a sad story.
Yeah. That's like the saddest love story ever.
No, I think I have had the saddest love story ever.
No gloves.
Because they
no
had
love.
to pass a law for this.
Yeah.
In Pacific Grove, California, it is against the law to molest butterflies.
Butterflies.
How do you pull that off?
I guess you make them use that long tongue to lick you.
The butterflies are posting a Me Too campaign.
No,
Hashtag-
I officially now have the saddest law on book right here.
All right.
Which apparently we break on a regular basis, but happy hours are illegal in the state of North Carolina.
Oh my god,
That is the saddest law.
That is
is
tip.
sad.
See,
that's horrible.
I knew
In
I
New-
that.
believe that's actually a law in Pennsylvania too.
In New Hampshire, it's illegal to pick seaweed off the beach.
Why would you do that?
You cannot pick up the
No.
seaweed
Can't.
off the beach.
And then, like,
Can't.
Can't do it.
First of all,
That's-
it's a landlocked state.
oh, there's no beach.
There's beach, but it's a beach on a lake,
Which would not have seaweed.
which wouldn't
which
have
would not
seaweed.
have seaweed.
Right.
No, it's got seaweed.
Apparently,
Where would the seaweed
In
come
colonial time, from the water. In colonial times, the seaweed was used as fertilizer. It was a very hot commodity.
from? Oh, so that's why you can't
it's
take
illegal.
the seaweed.
In New Jersey, it is illegal to wear a bulletproof vest while committing a crime.
I think we could all agree to this next one. In California, specifically San Diego, the owners of houses with Christmas lights on them past February 2nd are fined $250.
Nice.
That is definitely something I can get behind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. This one, I don't know how this really works, but in New Mexico, you're gonna like this one, Jim. You're really gonna like this one.
Mm-hmm.
Idiots are banned from voting.
How do they measure idiots?
Apparently, Trump can't vote for himself.
Insane persons convicted of a felonious or infamous crime are idiots. Not allowed to vote. If you're an idiot in New Mexico, you can't vote.
I'm going to two laws from San Francisco, back to back, that are incredibly important.
Oh, boring. Okay.
Mhm.
Persons classified as ugly may not walk down any street.
Oh,
they have to
That's-
run
that's-
everywhere they go.
You need to move. You need to book it.
you gotta run. Yeah.
No,
Like,
it-
no one can see your face. Run, run.
And think about San Francisco. Think about the reputation of the town.
Yeah.
Giving or receiving of oral sex is prohibited in the city limits of San Francisco.
No
Wow.
head for the gays.
Here's all I'm saying. If where you live prohibits oral sex, move to a free state. Move. Move.
Move to a state
In,
where you
in-
have freedom.
in New York, slippers are banned after 10 p.m.
Nice.
Hmm.
In Alabama, the city of Mobile may know how to throw down on Mardi Gras, but the use of plastic confetti is strictly prohibited. To carry, manufacture, sell, or handle any non-biodegradable plastic-based confetti is unlawful.
Okay, here's the North Carolina one you were talking about, drunk bingo. That's a class 2 misdemeanor.
Yeah, man.
That's it just popped up in my class 2 misdemeanor. Stupid shit. North Dakota, you can't shoot off fireworks after 11 p.m.
In Walnut, California, males may not dress as female unless a special permit is obtained from the sheriff. And that is a law that is fabulous.
They can't, no cross dressing?
Oh my God, I love that law. Imagine like you go down to the office to get your permit and you're like wearing your like most fabulous outfit.
Yeah,
Like I'd like a permit for fabulousness, please.
In Ohio, it is illegal to
Chop, chop.
sell rainbow rabbits and chickens.
Rainbow rabbits and chickens.
In other words, you cannot sell animals that have been dyed colors.
Oh,
Can't do it.
well that's
They do that shit here for fucking Easter. You can go to a pet shop and buy like a yellow chicken and a pink chick and a purple
I
chick.
know, but it's terrible.
Why? It just fucking changes color as they grow up anyway.
They die.
in Florida, it is illegal for an unmarried woman to parachute on Sundays.
Only on Sundays?
Only on Sundays.
Oh.
Well, that's good. At least they only regulate that down to one day out of the week. I mean, she can parachute. It's not illegal for her to parachute.
Married women can jump off a fucking plane anytime they want.
In Alaska,
What? Florida.
In Alaska, a person cannot get drunk in a bar and remain on the premises.
So if once you're drunk, you gotta leave the premises.
The statute says that an intoxicated person may not knowingly enter or camp out where alcohol is being sold.
Nevada, it's illegal to sit on the sidewalk.
It's
illegal.
In
you can't
Florida,
sit on the
We need to
sidewalk.
go to Nevada.
You can't sit on the sidewalk.
in Florida,
Oh,
if
God.
an elephant is tied to a parking meter, the parking fee has to be paid.
Yeah, I said, and that goes for cows and horses and something else. I had mentioned that one before, but never really got it all out there. It goes for a whole bunch of there's a whole bunch of animals. Like you're gonna ride an elephant through like Miami.
It's also illegal to have sex with a porcupine in Florida.
That's great. In Arizona, no one
Yeah.
can feed garbage to pigs without first obtaining a permit. You can swap out the trough for a wastebasket if the swine are raised for your own consumption.
So if you're gonna eat the garbage-eating animals, that's okay.
But
But
you
if you-
cannot feed the garbage-eating animals to anybody else. Yes.
I have to put these all back to back. In Florida, it's an offense to shower naked. You can be fined.
How's that work? Okay.
Oral sex is illegal,
Yeah.
and it's a penalty. And you may not kiss your wife's breasts for any reason.
For any
No,
reason.
no reason.
Any reason. What
But-
about for no reason whatsoever?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. What'd you do that for? No reason.
Oh, the cops on you.
Calling the police.
You kiss my boobie, I'm calling the cops.
Did you know in Washington it's prohibited to harass Bigfoot?
Washington
no,
State.
the Bigfoot.
I believe this to definitely be a thing. Washington State would definitely make that kind of law.
Oh yeah,
Is
it's illegal to hit Bigfoot with a pie.
Yeah, like Oregon's probably got one similar.
it is prohibited to promote, engage in, or be employed at a horse tripping event in Oklahoma.
Did you know it's illegal to eat fried chicken except with your hand in Gainesville, Georgia?
Nice.
That's proper. That is the way God intended it to be. Hold on, this one, I know why this law happened, because I used to go on MTV Spring Break, so I did 3 years at MTV Spring Break Daytona.
Right.
So this law does not surprise me. The molestation of trash cans is prohibited.
It sounds like they were hanging out with these people in California. Says that a frog that dies during a frog jumping contest cannot be eaten and must be destroyed as soon as possible.
In Oregon, it is illegal to go hunting in a cemetery.
All right.
In Georgia, it's illegal to live on a boat for more than 30 days.
In Destin,
Yeah, I said that one earlier. Yeah.
in Destin,
Yeah.
Florida, torpedoes may not be set off within the city limits.
No torpedoes.
Yeah,
It,
And
it,
where is it?
in Destin, Florida. But if you set off a nuke, it's apparently no fine.
yeah, it's a
No,
$500 fine.
$500 fine.
Yeah, in Colorado, you got to get a permit if you're going to modify the weather.
Oh, if you're going to modify the weather.
Gotta
Yeah.
modify it.
Yeah. It's going to be cold today. No, it's going to be warm. Okay, I modified it.
In Chicago, the giving of whiskey to dogs is prohibited.
Well-
Just whiskey
And just in Chicago.
Yeah.
in Chicago.
Just in
And
Chicago.
if you're in Florida, an ice cream man may not sell ice cream in a cemetery.
Unless he has a doctor's note.
Yeah, he needs a doctor's note for that.
Another psychic one. If you're in Pennsylvania, you're breaking the law if you pay a psychic.
And it is illegal to
There
shoot.
are a lot of laws about psychics across the country.
Because it's bullshit.
No, but see, in some places it's okay to be a professional. In some places it's okay to be an amateur.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. In Rhode Island, it is illegal to race a horse on a highway.
In Miami Beach, no one may bring a pig with them to the theater. Hold on, I've seen some of the women down in Miami Beach.
I was going to say, this law has been broken. I have witnessed it. In Hartford, Connecticut, it's illegal to collect rags, paper, glass, old metal, junk, or cinders, or other waste material inside the city without a license.
So,
Okay.
Okay.
My house would be in trouble. My bitch is a bag lady. I got hundreds of plastic bags.
So in Indiana, the value of pi is 4, not 3.1415.
So we have a law that supersedes the laws of mathematics.
Yeah, we have in Indiana, math is different.
Yeah.
Maybe that's where Common Core came from.
Hold on.
Yeah, that's it.
In in Sanford, Florida, stage nudity is banned, with the exception of bona fide theatrical performances.
Well,
It's banned, except it's not.
ask Pee Wee Herman about that. In South Carolina, you can't play pinball if you're a minor.
Oh, I just had a pinball law
In
that I
Sar-
skipped over.
If you hit a pedestrian, the fine is $78.
In Arkansas.
Race 2,000 every fucking day.
How many points is it though?
I'd be sitting there like, how much fucking cash do I have? $240. Oh, some motherfucker's gonna die today.
In South Dakota, it is against the law to fall asleep in a cheese factory.
Nice.
They're where you're gonna cut the cheese while you're sleeping.
Well, it's also sleeping behind the wheel.
Hold on.
Ba-dum-bum.
Tampa has the 2 best laws ever pertaining to strippers.
Okay.
Women may not expose their breasts while performing topless.
Oh, I can't know.
Uh,
So they can expose the breast, but not. Well, no, you get no. Okay, little X's on the nipple.
And all lap dances must be given from a distance of 6 feet away.
Love it.
You win. You win right there. Is
Yeah.
all I'm saying.
that's too close. Too close.
Too close.
Let's finish up. In Tennessee, it is illegal to share your Netflix password. That might be the only state that has that law.
In Baltimore, it's not permitted to take a lion to the movies.
In Delaware, it's a misdemeanor to sell, barter, or offer fur of a domestic dog or cat.
Oh, I said that one before. You couldn't sell the dog fur. I didn't know about the butter. In Texas, you cannot sell a human eye.
In Idaho, you cannot participate in a duel.
Ha! I got another Florida law that's just a wonderful one. People who own bars, restaurants, or other places where liquor is sold may be fined up to $1,000 if they participate in or permit any contest of dwarf tossing.
Oh, I love dwarf tossing. I watch that in the city. It's fucking great.
This one's my favorite. In Utah, drinking of milk is mandatory.
But not from the breast, because in Florida
That's
you can't
illegal.
do that. Yeah, it's illegal. This one might take the cake. I'm not sure. In Vermont, it is illegal, against the law, for women to wear fake teeth without their husband's approval.
This is probably the most prudent law I've ever read. In Texas, criminals who intend on committing a crime must give their victims oral or written 24-hour advance notice. Not just that, but they must include the nature of said crime.
Nice. In Idaho, cannibalism is strictly prohibited and punishable by up to 14 years in prison, except under life-threatening conditions as the only apparent means of survival.
Oh, okay.
If you're in a hotel in Buffalo, in Texas, it is illegal to shoot a buffalo from your hotel room window.
In Alabama, it's illegal to wear a fake mustache in church.
Just in church.
Just in church.
So I can be el mustachio anywhere else, but not in church.
Not in
That's right.
I found it. It's the Beetlejuice law.
Uh-oh.
And forget the wedding. In Texas, you can be considered legally married by publicly announcing a person as your wife or husband, saying it 3 times. Say it 3 times out loud. It is now law. It's the fucking Beetlejuice law.
Ah, God. I think we got to close on that one. Yeah. 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 8-Bit Bros. We'll be right back after these commercial breaks.
Don't milk a stranger's cow in Texas. It's illegal.
Don't harass Bigfoot.
Do you like to laugh? Are you at one with the haha? Do you like your comedy coming over the streaming medias? If so, then go directly to Amazon right now. Do not hesitate and download Jim Andrino's Not Dead Yet. Recorded live at the world famous comic strip. It is a giggle-a-second fun fest. An hour of me for you. Jim Andrino's Not Dead Yet. Available only on Amazon.
Jim Mendrinos, Not Dead Yet. Now available on Amazon Prime. Watch it today.
Over the years, you've brought them into your home. You were prescribed opioids after the C-section and after Dad's back injury. They helped when you were in pain, and you held on to them just in case. But did you know holding on to unused opioids puts your family at risk? Trouble with opioids can start at home with unused medicines, such as pills, patches, and syrups. You can remove the risk and protect your family. Find out how at www.fda.gov/drug disposal.
Hey, everybody out there. This is John, and I have a special on Amazon called Living Large. It's a stand-up special. It's funny. It was shot at the Comic Strip Live in New York City. You're going to love it. You're going to see me at my biggest. See, a few weeks ago, I had a heart attack. So if you don't want to go watch it because I'm funny, have some pity on me. Go watch my special. I'm in weight. I'm not going to be so big anymore. No more living large. I got to lose weight. They want me to take off pounds. I don't want to take off pounds. I love food. But anyway, go watch the special. It's going to be funny. And I don't know how much longer I got to live. I'm wearing this defibrillator thing. I don't know what this thing does. Supposedly it shocks me if my heart stops. My heart stopped years ago. Anyway, John G, Living Large, Amazon. Go check it out before I'm not here to watch.
John G. Living Large, now available on Amazon Prime. Watch it today.
Hi, I'm Snowy Angel. And I'm Kinky Candy. Have you heard of Spunk Lube yet? Oh, you have got to get it. I mean, really, it's the lube that everyone's talking about and everyone's going to want.
Look at that. It looks like real cum.
Yeah, I mean, how can that get better? I mean, it's nice. It just feels so good when you rub it all over yourself. Everywhere. And you know what gets better about it? There's different kinds of Spunk Lube.
They actually have hybrid.
Yes, and they have different colors too. Like they have pink and yellow and even green. Like, what can get better than that? If you want like the kinkiest, spiciest nights,
yes,
Spunk Lube.
Oh, hell yeah. Get spunked today.
Get today at spunklube.com. That's right. Spunklube.com. Don't forget it.
Get yours
right now.
Bud Light presents Real Men of Genius.
Real Men of Genius.
Today we salute you, Mr. All-You-Can-Eat Buffet Inventor.
Mr. All-You-Can-Eat Buffet Inventor.
You've given us the real American dream. A tray, 15 feet of food, and a little sign that says, "Go nuts, buddy."
Pinch me, I'm dreaming.
Pushing side dish innovation to its limits, you offer creamed everything and 400 flavors of gelatin.
Feed it frenzy.
If there's beef, you'll chip it. If there's chicken, you'll fry it. And if there's gravy, well, then everything's going to be okay.
Thank God for the gravy.
So crack open an ice-cold Bud Light, buffet boy. You know the way to a man's heart and a few hundred tasty ways to challenge it.
Mr. All-You-Can-Eat Buffet Inventor.
Bud Light Beer, Anheuser-Busch, Fort Collins, Colorado.
You got something you want to get off your chest? We want to hear it. Call in 917-720-3038. The Ironic Radio hotline is now open. Ironic Radio, well, isn't it?
Remember when you held my hand? Say, remember when you were my man? Walk, talk in the name of love.
Eight Bit Bros. Early edition. Tuesday. So I have a bit of a news story which I thought was interesting and kind of funny and comical at the same time. And the Cardinal Ritter College Prep high school football team. Okay? This is St. Louis. They've been undefeated. They won the championship last year. They were undefeated so far this year. It's 7-0. They have canceled their entire football season and fired every coach on staff.
Yeah, this is the team that, what was it, 3 games into the season or something like that?
Yeah, they did it in the, I think it was like the first or second game. Could have been the third game. A little trickery they pulled that the school has now thrown out all the coaches. They're gone, fired, bye-bye. No more football. A player who was suspended, he was ejected from last year's title game. Well, they found a way to get him to play. They put him in disguise and then put a different uniform on him and put him on the field and then got caught.
Yeah, I mean, it's a violation of, like, the gentleman's agreement in sports. And once a player has been suspended in any team-based sport or even solo-based sport, they are not allowed to re-enter. But they said this was last season.
Well, last season they went undefeated. They went to the championship game when he was thrown. He was ejected.
He was thrown out of a game during. During that. That was last season.
Right, but
did they say that he was suspended for the next season?
Yeah, he was suspended for X amount of games. They don't say how many games. But instead of wearing his normal number 4, he wore 24, changed his name, went under the name of Marvin Burks instead of his real name. And they figured out it was him by the tattoos. High school. Tattoos, Jim.
Yeah.
High school.
Whatever. I had
tattoos.
Well, I got my first one when I was 14, so.
Okay.
So,
all right.
I don't.
I have a dot on my back that I got drunkenly at 17.
A dot?
Yeah.
I got a dot on my back that I was born with.
All right, so here's a tattoo story. 4 of us got drunk, decided we were going to get tattoos. Tattoo parlor had 3 chairs. I got number 4. By the time it got around to me, I had sobered up.
Oh.
The moment he put the first dot of the needle on my back, I just went, I'm done. I'm done. That's it. I think I paid $83 for a dot.
Oh, wow.
And I just tell people it's punctuation. I have a period on my back.
There you go. Yeah.
Because I am the motherfucking end.
So the coach of the
Jim, the only man to ever have a period.
Yeah.
The coach of the team said he didn't know his player was to be suspended for a game.
Then why did you put him
He
in
didn't know that.
disguise?
He also said, yeah, exactly. He also said, the fact that he wore a different jersey, well, the guys do that all the time. What professional sport at any level does a guy show up?
You can't call it professional.
Well, at any level. I mean, it's okay.
Any sport
it's high
at
school.
any level.
Okay, any sport at any level. Do you just show up and go, yeah, I'm not number 7 today. I'm going to be 22.
There are negotiations over numbers on pretty much just about every team that they go to and from. Even with Sean Taylor, started his career in Washington as number 36, and then later went to be the posthumously known 21.
Right, when his number became available that he originally wanted. Kind of like,
Yeah.
the NFL has rules on that too. Who was it? Was it Ocho Cinco? Yes. Well, a couple of guys. I know Ocho Cinco for one. He changed the name on his jersey from Johnson to Ocho Cinco. He legally changed his name to his number. The NFL said, that's fine and dandy. Now you got to go buy every fucking jersey out there on the open market that has the name Johnson on it.
Yeah, as that, you as the player have to now pay the NFL for, and it was only back catalog shit, not the shit that had already hit the market. It was anything that had not already, if it was in factory or in storage.
And that happens with all players. Like if a player is traded to a team and his number is taken, and he goes to the guy who's got his number and says, "Hey, man, I really want my number."
Yeah, he's got to buy his stock out.
I'm Randy Moss.
Mm-hmm.
I want that number. Randy Moss got to pay for all of the stock out there, period, of the number he's taking, which can be a couple $1,000,000 depending on whose uniform number it is.
It could also be $34.
Yeah,
Cool.
I was gonna say in a lot of these cases, when you go to a team, there's usually a lesser personality that has the number. So
Right, like if you're Sam Darnold at this point and someone wants your number, well, that's going to be about $13, please. 'Cause ain't nobody buying that shit.
Oh no, man.
No,
$26.
$26.44.
I'm seeing ghosts.
Yeah, well, hey, ghosts are where it's at.
And it is October. I mean,
Yeah, Halloween.
Yeah, put it all
Yeah.
together.
I'm sure.
question, Jess, do you game like most days that, even the day you're not streaming, or just anytime y'all get the opportunity to, or is it only like a streaming day thing that you really sit down and y'all dive into a video game?
Oh, we game other days. Even if we don't stream.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you? Because I know y'all had been playing a little bit of Destiny. Have you? Are y'all regulars like on reset day?
Yeah.
As far as like getting involved in everything, are you liking the Eris Morn story?
I really like it.
I got my bow today.
I was in the middle of the strike to get my bow.
Strike. Well, okay. I don't know why you did. Oh, the strike. Okay, yeah, you got to do. That's a fucking fun strike at that level, personally.
10 is James Brown. 9 is Stevie Wonder. 8 is Otis
Oh,
Redding.
it's Redding, yeah.
7 Bob Dylan. 6 Marvin Gaye. 5 John Lennon. 4 Sam Cooke. Should be much higher. 3 Elvis Presley. 2 Ray Charles. Number 1 Aretha Franklin.
I don't know if I put.
Where's Ray Stevens?
I don't know if I put him at number 2.
Look at that. Look at that. There he goes. Look at that. Look at that. I think I'm the only one that knew who you were referencing.
Man, that was like my dad's, like one of my dad's favorite like comedic singers, and he was also a big Dr. Hook fan too. So
Dr. Hook.
Oh man.
Penicillin Penny.
Every comic who has ever worked with Dr. Hook gives him a rendition of Right Place, Wrong Time.
Hell yeah.
The top 20 there. 20 is Smokey Robinson, 19 Bob Marley, 18 Freddie Mercury, 17 Tina Turner,
Freaking at the Freakers Ball.
She needs to be a little higher.
16 Mick Jagger.
Why is Tina
He's
Turner
alive.
He's alive.
under Mick Jagger? I think Tina Turner needs to rise up on this list a little bit.
I don't know, Mick Jagger gave Tina Turner lots of fame, though, by bringing them on tour.
And
Yeah, I was gonna say when she went to go solo, if I'm
No,
not
definitely Ike and Tina that were on tour.
well,
They
no,
opened-
yeah, but I'm saying though, I think when she left Ike, though, they gave her that continued support on her side and was like, "Fuck you, Ike, you fucked all that shit up."
Yeah, true.
15 Robert Plant, 14 Al Green, 13 Roy Orbison, 12 Little Richard, and 11 the other Beatle.
I can't take this list at all serious because Little Richard is in a top 20, and I don't think that as fun as his music was, I don't consider him a great singer.
No, but you know who he found, right?
I don't think that has anything to do with his capability of singing and his level on the list.
Little Richard is responsible for James Brown.
And why is David Bowie only 23? And
Yeah, see, I got a problem with the way this list is stacked up.
It's 30. Like, what the? This is a shitty list.
Yeah, this is a shit list.
I know Hank Williams being higher than. Well, I guess.
Well, Hank Williams is the musical equivalent of John Wayne. He did one thing and did it unbelievably well.
Especially during the war years.
You know.
Yeah.
I was
But
like, we're talking pure Hank, not Junior, and not the third.
Yes, Johnny
He
is,
is,
and
he
he's
is,
up in the
like-
20s.
And is Willie
21.
on this list?
Willie Nelson?
Mm.
Willie should be on this list.
Bono
if you
is
got
32.
if you got Bjork on this list, and you got Rod Stewart on this list,
Gladys Knight is 51, y'all. Like, this is just not what's up.
Yeah, there are all kinds of problems. And 8-Bit Joe showed up in chat over there. I don't know if anybody saw that, but everybody said,
Jim
hey.
First, 47.
Chuck Berry, one of the greatest songwriters of all time, not a great singer. How's he at number 41?
Because, I don't know.
How is Bruce
Because Little Richard is 13th?
How is all right? And I'm just talking singing. I'm not talking the song.
You're going number 45, aren't you?
No, I'm good. No, I'm not. I'm not
Oh,
even gonna look
'cause-
at number 45 because he shouldn't be on the list at all.
Yeah.
But I'm looking squarely at how the fuck is Bruce Springsteen higher than Elton John as a singer?
Yeah.
And
As a
higher
singer.
than David Bowie, and higher than
No, Bowie's higher than him.
Yeah, Bowie's higher than Springsteen.
Springsteen's at 36. You know, how is Whitney Houston arguably one of the better voices in the mid 30s?
yeah. How is Luther Vandross 54?
I'm sorry, how is Roger Daltrey down at 61?
This is a shit list.
And Dion is 63.
And Bjork is at 60.
This is a shit
Mary
list.
J. Blige is 100, and Stevie Nicks is 98. This list is
This
shit.
is such a shit list.
All right, so there's no Sinatra on this list, and you can't tell me it's not type because you've got other people there. There's no other.
Are there other crooners? Are there other crooners on this list?
Would you put Iggy Pop on this
There are
list?
other crooners on this list.
Iggy Pop at 75. And you
No.
said no Sinatra?
There's no
I don't see
Sinatra.
Sinatra. Nope.
Who found this list?
Rolling Stone.
Well, Webb found the list. This is a minus.
No,
this is a minus points.
No,
I
this-
brought up the list because this is a ridiculous fucking
This is
list.
Jim, not me.
Okay,
and
well, this is minus points for Jim then.
Here's the big thing. I brought it up to say, who do you guys got as your number one? You have one
Oh.
voice. Like for me, looking at this list, it's always going to be Sam Cooke. If I could only listen to one voice for the rest of my life, it'd be Sam Cooke. And my number two guy would be Dion at number 63. Those to me are the
Is
two
Michael
best
Hutchins
voices.
on this list?
No.
No.
Sam Cooke did have he was something special.
Sam Cooke, that man opened his mouth, and that's what the voice of God sounds like.
I mean, between him and Marvin Gaye, it's tough. It's tough. I mean, and even like fucking Teddy Pendergrass.
Yeah.
You know, there's another great voice. I mean, Stevie at 9, I get it. I was not a big Stevie Wonder fan. And Songs in the Key of Life, great album. But I don't know if I put him in the top 10.
But I'll also say that Stevie Wonder is a better songwriter than he is a singer. Same problem I have with Bob Dylan. If you want to look at catalog, Bob Dylan has a catalog that will fucking frighten any other songwriter into submission. But you can't tell me that everyone likes the Bob Dylan covers better than they like the Bob Dylan versions.
See, now, for me, in my opinion, if I had to listen to one voice and one voice only for the rest of my life,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going Bono U2. Because for me, the stories are there too. It's not just the voice and the singing, but the stories and the music are there.
All right.
So I'm doing that. Whereas, Sam Cooke, a lot of love songs.
But if you listen to Sam Cooke's Night Beat, that is the greatest album.
Yeah, that is
It's either Night Beat or Sinatra's Watertown as the greatest album of all time.
that's a powerful album.
Those two are albums you can flip a coin for which is the greatest.
I'm
one.
probably diving in on some Tom Petty.
Wow, yeah.
That's me. The stories are there, like what you said. The stories are there, and he's a decent singer. He's not great, but it's like you can listen to him sing those stories because they seem as raspily heartfelt as the voice that's doing them. So,
Running Down a Dream is a great fucking tune, man. I can listen to that 1,000
Yeah.
times. 1,000 times.
Who you got, Ren? Yeah, one voice.
One voice.
Tough. There's a lot of
It's
Yeah.
tough. I mean, like going back to my childhood and everything that I appreciated, and I'd have to go like Michael Hutchins, In Excess.
All right.
I mean, that was like my entire childhood up until almost I went to college. I mean, that was.
Can we all comment and just say this list is garbage?
Yeah,
Oh yeah, this
absolutely
list is garbage. Although I like some of the obscure people they have there. Like they have Howlin' Wolf on the list. They have Solomon Burke on the list.
Solomon
I like
Burke,
that.
though, yeah.
Solomon Burke at 89 is a fucking travesty.
Yeah.
You listen to that. That's how I got to Memphis and tell me that he's the 89th best voice.
Now, who the fuck is George Jones?
Country music singer. Good voice. I worked with him on Hee Haw. Really good voice.
The possum.
Who you got, Jessica? One voice.
That's really hard. I would say, oh my God, Whitney Houston is probably one of the people that I think has just, how do I put it? She had this kind of innate talent for holding a note for a minute and then ending with a vibrato that sounded really natural. And I mean, you can't even teach that, I don't think. You have to be born with a talent to be able to do that. So I would put her number one.
That's where I say Janis Joplin and her ability to sing in multiple octaves simultaneously. Like that shit that you can't teach that. You only know how to do that. You just can't teach. There are certain things you just can't teach.
With Joplin, everyone points to "A Piece of My Heart," but if you listen to Me and Bobby McGee,
dude, that's like my favorite song of all time.
That song just fucking rips through everything.
Yeah. And she's 28 on the list, which isn't bad, but I might have pushed her up a good 10 spots higher.
And for anybody that wants to say that they shouldn't have had Sinatra or Ella Fitzgerald there, 29 is Nina Simone, who sang in the exact same style as Sinatra and Ella Fitzgerald.
Yeah, that's why I was like, what other crooners are on this list? Let's go through here and see like the styling of the list before I start going who shouldn't be there.
Mm-hmm. There's something a little strange about this list because I'm looking at it here and it's been picked up on IMDb.
Yeah.
So it has to do with soundtracks also.
Okay.
With soundtracks because every artist here has a soundtrack underneath them. Aretha Franklin is known here, actress, Blues Brothers, which she did 6 songs in that movie. I mean, besides the respect in the in the theater, in the theater in the diner. There's 2 guys here. One wants 4 whole chickens, and the other one wants 4 pieces of dry toast. Elvis Presley's here for Tickle Me. Sam Cooke is Inner Space. That was a good movie. John Lennon, Hard Day's Night. Bob Dylan, I don't even know this movie. Ronaldo and Clara. Otis Redding is on here for Top Gun. Stevie Wonder, Wild Wild West. I mean, there's something a little.
That's a stretch to say Stevie Wonder's for Wild Wild West.
Yeah, I know. Tina Turner, Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome.
Man, I love that movie.
I don't know anybody who didn't love that movie.
The first 2 were way better.
And you know which song I
Third one
used
was
to...
Beyond the Thunderdome?
Third one was Jump the Shark.
Isn't Beyond the Thunderdome the original?
No, Mad Max.
No, it's...
I thought Mad Max was the second.
No, Mad Max is the original.
No. So
yeah.
there are actually 3 movies. Actually 4.
4.
There are
4 movies.
And a video game.
There's the original Mad Max.
With Mel Gibson. 1978.
Mm-hmm. And then there's...
Filmed in Australia.
The Road Warrior.
Which is Mad Max Part 2.
Yeah, which is either... Depending on how you look at it, it's either a reboot or a sequel.
Oh, it's a sequel. It's the revenge of him when his fucking wife and kid are mowed down the street. It's his revenge. It's definitely Part 2.
So not Waterworld.
Waterworld.
No, Waterworld.
That's fucking Kevin.
That's Kevin
it was a
Costner.
terrible movie.
And then Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome is the third movie.
Right. That's the Jump the Shark. Let's do another one and bring Tina Turner into it.
Well, that's not a jump of the shark.
That was
that?
waiting for you. It will take the first man.
That was a great movie. How is it jumping the shark?
It was totally jumping the shark. It was just a reboot, a movie that had acclaim back in the 70s. 2 men enter, 1 man leave.
Do you? But do you remember that?
Sure, I do. It's Mad Max. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. Period.
Yeah, I was
The
gonna
third
say
one
I
is-
love watching the original.
Yeah, the first one's dynamite. The second one is even better.
Is the third one the Jared Leto?
No,
But the
Well,
third
it
one
could
is
be.
the one with the line that you just said,
That's right.
and you remember it
Everybody remembers it.
because it was awesome.
It's also the way the fucking song starts.
The song.
It
from
was
Tina
also
Turner?
it was also picked up so heavily into pop culture and everything beyond that. Like even Weird Science did a bit of a rendition to pay homage to that movie.
First one's a cult flick.
I will. It's
Yeah.
the shower scene in Weird Science, one of the greatest film scenes of all time.
Kelly Lee Brock.
Yeah.
She lived down a block from me.
You didn't see anything, and it was still one of the greatest scenes.
Yep. She lived literally around the block from me for like 9 years. Her and Steven Seagal.
Oh, jeez.
He had a nice house.
And then there was.
So let me get this straight. You guys
Road.
took a shower with her.
No, we just watched it.
Yeah.
Kept your clothes on.
Everything about that movie.
Weren't they standing in the shower with their clothes on?
Yeah.
They did. They had all their clothes on completely.
And arms folded.
Yeah, arms folded. They didn't want to be responsible for fucking nothing up.
Yeah.
It's a great fucking movie. Is that a who wrote that? That's same guy who did The Breakfast Club and all
Yeah,
that, right?
John, it's a John Hughes film.
John Hughes, yeah. One of
And,
the great writers of the 80s.
Soundtrack by Oingo Boingo.
Oingo Boingo.
Yeah,
Great
man.
band.
What talk about a really just point of like smashed in cinema that is just like boom. This guy made a stamp. And there's this classic out of that, there's this classic out of that, there's this classic out of that. Like all became acclaimed films. According to who you ask, because I have heard recently that certain films have come under fire to not be qualified as cinema.
Well,
Oh, please.
there are 5 great movies, and then he disappeared.
Yeah.
He just left, which is awesome. It's like, I did it. I proved it. I got nothing else
Drop
left
the
to do.
mic. Drop the
Yeah.
mic walk off. What you gonna do? Loved my
Right.
movies.
And there's nobody that's going to make a Breakfast Club reboot that's better than the Breakfast Club.
No,
That's
no.
one of those movies that should never
It should never be
Be
rebooted.
rebooted. Yeah, agreed.
Although they were planning on it for a minute there.
Yeah, there
that's
was
it.
there was rumor of trying to reunite the cast
Mm-hmm.
to reboot to do kind of a reunion of sort sequel to that.
Mm-hmm.
But we're probably all glad that never happened.
Yeah, I'm glad that didn't happen.
Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome has the worst ratings of all 4 movies at a 6.3.
Yep.
I still
Okay,
Tina
trash.
Turner. I also love Fury Road. Fury Road is amazing.
Original Mad Max, 1979.
Fury Road.
The shit.
Awesomeness.
Fury Road actually has one of the higher ratings according to IMDb at a 8.1.
You know
And the
why the
fifth-
original Mad Max is so good? What were the police cruisers? It was an Australian vehicle. What were they?
Yeah, it was a fucking Holden.
Yeah,
was a
but it
Hol-
was. It was
It was a Holden Commodore. I actually
the
saw
Commodore. That's it.
I saw the car up close and personal at the New York Auto Show back in the fucking late 80s, maybe 1990. They had it there. You know what they do?
There were
The
so
film
many
cars.
great cars that, like, you look back and you think of like films that brought you around to like car culture. That's
Yeah.
another one of those where you were like modifications. Like you look at American Graffiti and what the hot rod scene, how it was just engulfed in that movie, and you look at Mad Max and how tuners and imports became like they were starting to really come to the U.S. and people were like, "All right, well, shit, now we got these all these new cars to fuck with."
Cannonball Run, another movie that
Oh man, yeah.
And
Car culture
actually,
right
the
there.
They
original
still
Mad
do
Max
that.
car is the original Mad Max car is a GT Falcon.
Yeah, true.
It's
Oh,
a GT
A
Falcon.
Ford
Cannon-
GT Falcon.
I think we could all agree Cannonball Run, tremendously fun. Cannonball Run 2,
terrible.
why?
Yeah, not so much.
Yeah, there was no need to do that again.
I got to meet Dom DeLuise.
Like do the race because the races still go every year.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like they're
Yeah.
very exclusive, very invitation only. You see all of a sudden that they're gonna be happening. And then they're like, yeah, Cannonball Run happened. It's like, wait, what? I heard it was gonna be happening. No, it already did. They've done that. It's like, okay. Kind of was hoping.
Just annoyed me when they rebooted it the second time.
Okay, I was gonna say. I thought you were gonna just say Corvette Summer right off the bat.
No. I loved Death Race 2000.
Yeah.
And then when they rebooted it, it was one of the worst films I've ever seen. Oh dear God.
That was the worst.
That
it was hilariously bad.
Oh, or Rollerball was another really bad.
Oh,
one.
Rollerball was a bad reboot.
In fact, the Cannonball Run is in 3 days.
Yes.
Is it?
Yeah,
October 25th.
it's this time of year that they generally run it.
Yeah. You can enter.
The cars perform better at this time of year because the temperature is more balanced on the run, and a lot of these cars are temperature performance based. If they get too hot, they get really shoddy.
Right, there we go. And this year's Cannonball Run is from Dallas to Savannah. You can register your vehicle, 1 car, 2 drivers, 20 grand.
Yep.
I say next year, Ren Web Boy.
Ooh.
In my Fiat?
No, you don't have
No,
to
fuck that. The Jetta.
I got. Yeah, right. We're clipping on all the channels here too. It's just got to be worked a bit.
Because you
I think.
turned up the gain on
No,
it.
I didn't.
Fuck that.
touch any of that
Look,
shit.
the Jetta, or you have Juice's crew bring the car.
So here's what you get for your 20 grand. Okay.
Right.
Besides the fact you get to run the race. Registration for 1 car and 2 cannonballers. You get the paint job on the car done for you, the Cannonball livery.
Yes.
Which I'm sure is just a scanned vinyl. Luxury and differentiating overnight accommodations at each stop. So along the way, you get a hotel room. You get your car washed daily.
Yep.
That's
Because, well, they want to keep their liveries.
Is Adrian Barbeau washing your car?
I don't know. It's either that or it's Daisy Duke. It's one of them.
Catherine Bach or
Yeah, Catherine Bach. You're getting personal concierge while on the rally. Not sure how that works. Are they driving behind you going, would you like some Grey Poupon? I don't know. You get a walkie-talkie.
They've got those people who are like the referees in the NFL. That, meanwhile, you got a guy that can't nobody catch, but you look next to him and there's a referee running backwards.
Yeah. You get a walkie-talkie and the route map book. It's kind of important to know where the fuck you're driving. I'm not sure what the walkie-talkie is all about when the guy you're registered with is sitting right next to you.
The walkie-talkie is actually in communication with the hub.
Or the concierge guy. I need some Grey Poupon.
Well, it's him and the concierge guy, but you and I were looking at a story you sent me earlier about how Google Maps will now tell you about speed traps.
Yeah, they're
basically they're not allowed to use GPS tracking and mapping during the race. That it all has to be done by road map, which is why you get the book that has the course map on it.
That makes sense. That definitely makes sense. You get luggage service to and from each stop. This way you don't have to load up the trunk of your car with all your shit and weigh it down.
Mm-hmm.
Cannonballers and luggage pre-check into rooms. So your shit's already in your room. You get there and you just go to sleep or go to the bar or whatever. Daily events at each stop include fine dining, lunch, and private concerts, special events, and much more. This is the kicker, because this is not what the Cannonball Run was about at all. City shutdowns and police escorts.
Yeah, see, that's a direct violation of being called a cannonball.
Final weekend getaway with award ceremony.
What does this cost us?
20 grand.
20 grand.
Wow.
$10,000 up front at the time of entrance. You register, 10 grand.
Yep, register 10 grand.
And 10,000 payable when you,
That
I
sounds
guess.
fun, actually.
Okay, and where are we going?
We're going from Dallas, starting in Dallas, going down to San Antonio, going across Texas to Austin, shooting from Austin to NOLA, shooting from, you should be in New Orleans by October 28th and 29th, which, by the way, is the Voodoo Festival.
Oh, my God.
And then shooting from New Orleans up to a secret location.
Oh, my God. Can we please do this?
That's called Memphis.
From most likely from the Memphis secret location to Atlanta, Georgia for Halloween, which you'll probably just
no,
get shot in.
it's not going to be Memphis. If they're going to Atlanta, they're going to go to somewhere northern Mississippi or central Mississippi or Alabama. They're going to go that direction, and then they're going to cut into Atlanta, and then from Atlanta, you said Savannah's the stop point, right?
Savannah, Georgia.
They'll
Finishes
cut.
at-
They'll cut
yeah.
northeast over to Savannah. I've done a reverse of that run.
Be a fucking fun run in a Pagani.
We should go do that. Can we go do that?
Sure, you got 20 grand?
I thought Jim had 20 grand.
Well,
Yeah, if I had 20 grand, I'd be in the studio right now.
Yeah, I was gonna say Jim's 20 grand's invested.
Yeah. You're currently on Jim's 20 grand.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're smiling on it.
Yeah.
Jim's 20 grand. Smile.
Yeah, that
Jim-
sounds so awesome.
Jim is $4 away from homelessness.
Oh, we can't have that.
A thin line between solvency and homelessness.
What we stand for. This is what this is their motto. We are a collective of like-minded individuals that want to drive unknown open roads, explore new cities and destinations, and share this amongst other cannonballers.
Which means that most of the entries are not American.
Yeah.
And
We
they
bel-
run it in the U.S.
We believe in a notion that all cars and their drivers are created equal, and therefore we exemplify camaraderie to all. We embrace
All
it.
cars are not created equal.
No, no.
All cars are not created equal, and not for anything. Most of the entries are not even driving things that you would see on a regular basis.
No, there's a Pagani in this. We embrace individuality, embody the movement that Irwin started, and will now carry the torch.
Yeah, the only car that most people have probably seen that is a regular appearance and generally shows up in mass is the SV, the Diablo SV. It's
Yeah,
a
that's a
regular
Porsche.
the Lamborghini Diablo SV is a regular entry, and they usually show up with like 5 or 6 of them.
Yeah, it's Team LG, LMG, or something like that. I believe. if I'm not
Yeah,
mistaken.
that
LG.
group of characters. Yeah, that group of characters. They register under different banners, but everybody knows that it's pretty much a Lamborghini sponsored team.
$20,000.
We need to start a Kickstarter. So we
Why
can
is
go
it
to this.
20,000? Well, I guess they got to pay the cops off.
Yeah.
Yeah,
20 grand.
they have to pay for escort service through the entire run.
Hold on, you get escorts?
Yeah.
Hold on, I didn't read that correct.
Yeah.
Jim, you got
Now-
20 grand now?
Now it's worth 20 grand. Hold on.
See, Jim's got the cash. We're gonna do this.
As long as the engine's not the only thing I'm going to blow.
Right?
Thank you,
Yeah.
ladies and gentlemen.
I mean, Gabe, but $20 is $20. I mean, Cannonball Run's not what it was.
Seems like
But,
you
but
need
the,
20 bucks out of Keith.
I don't know. The point was the movie was fucking dynamite.
Yes.
I mean, and it was based on the original Cannonball
Wait.
Run itself.
I have
The-
to
the
ask this the galas.
The funniest part about that movie is how good the movie was. It still wasn't as funny as the blooper reel that followed the movie.
No. Dom DeLuise was one funny motherfucker.
Like, because
Hands
the
down.
movie was hilarious.
Yeah.
The other thing about it is the movie had no plot.
No.
None.
No plot.
Just, let's stick a camera in Burt Reynolds' face.
Yeah. Yeah, and just drive cars.
Yeah.
And speed. And do a
Let's
half-assed
take the bandit and tell him he's allowed to go as fast as he wants.
Yeah.
Do you know what prompted him to do this one, right? He always wanted to be in It's a Mad World.
That was another good movie.
So this was his version of it.
Yeah. The fucking drug doctor made that movie hysterical.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah, I mean, Dom DeLuise and what was it, Captain America? No. Captain Chaos.
Yeah, Captain Chaos. Dude, them in that fucking ambulance.
Yeah, in the ambulance.
Them in that big red fucking ambulance.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of fucking people.
So
in
wait,
there.
as long as I give you $20, a
Here we
blowjob
go.
is not gay.
If I'm not sucking it, then no, it's not gay. I don't care whose mouth's around it. It's not gay.
Wait,
No, if you give Webb $20 and you get a blowjob, that doesn't mean that he sucked your dick.
explain. How is that not?
If Webb
Yeah.
can appropriate a blowjob for whoever's asking for one and he gets $20, it's just $20 is $20. You wanted a blowjob, he told you $20. That don't mean he's sucking your dick.
That's
But
right.
if you get a blowjob, all ends have been met.
Okay, wait. So if you say that you are going to take $20, it's not gay until you give the person a blowjob?
Right.
It's
Okay.
only gay if he sticks a dick in his mouth.
No, you're allowed to suck yourself off. That's okay. That's not gay. If you could do that, you would do it. You'd probably finish in your own mouth because I know I would.
Not gay.
Not
No,
gay.
it's not that. No, it's not that simple. And no, I would not, because I have banked it off somebody's ass and got it on my face, and no.
Yeah, that's happened too.
Hold on, I will say this. Anytime there is male semen on your face, even if it is your own, it's a little bit gay.
I mean, I was gonna say if it's on your face.
You taking the money shot, it's a little gay.
Hey, look, I'm not responsible for where it went. I was trying not to become a dad.
You need to aim better.
I did. I thought I did.
Aim better.
So
Thought
the
I
movie
did.
camp-
I just didn't realize there was that much spring. Talking about pickles bouncing.
So I'm adding semen on face, even if your own is gay.
Yes.
That's per gym.
Yeah, that is a per gym. You can't add that to the Webb's list.
Okay,
Yeah, for
so-
me, it's all the same. It's your own bodily fluids. I mean, how many times you go, oh, and then you swallow that? I mean, it's your own bodily fluid.
Hold
It's
on.
okay.
We can all agree if you swallow your own jism, it's gay.
How's
We
it
can
gay?
at least
No,
have that
this
one.
motherfucker was talking about coming in his own mouth. What are you talking about?
Yeah, how is it gay? It's your own. If you could suck yourself off, you wouldn't, and you know damn well you would fucking try and deep throat yourself and finish right there.
I would, but I'd spit, not swallow.
Oh,
That's just me.
When
That's
it's
just
down
me.
your throat, it's going down. That's it. The original Cannonball Run movie was based off the 1979 Cannonball Run, by the way,
Okay.
which was, and the movie spins it the other way. The original Cannonball Run was from New York to Connecticut,
It was from New York to Connecticut.
and they were illegal races. Now
Yeah,
they're
they were unescorted and unpromoted, and
unofficial, unsanctioned automobile races that ran 5 times in the 70s. The first one, again, being New York City. Another one that was in Connecticut, started there. A lot of them along the East Coast.
well,
from
they were
the-
for a while. They were trying to trend themselves as from New York to Connecticut, from Connecticut to Virginia, from Virginia
But you couldn't
to
go trip. Yeah.
yeah.
you
They
couldn't-
were trying to short state for a long time, dotting down the coastline.
Yeah, and then they finally, I think they pulled it off. I think it was 75 or 79, where they got cross country from some inn, Portofino Inn or some shit like that, Portofino, to California, Redondo Beach. And that's the one I think what the movie's based on.
Right.
Yeah, it is, because they ended up in California.
Burt Reynolds, Roger Moore, Farrah
Oh,
Fawcett,
yeah.
Dom DeLuise, Dean Martin, Sammy Davis Jr.,
Oh, yeah,
Adrian
Rat Pack.
Barbeau, Terry Bradshaw, Jackie Chan, Jamie Farr, Bert Convey,
Oh, Christ.
Peter Fonda, who played a biker, which was one of the most meta things I had ever seen, from Easy Rider to the biker in Cannonball Run.
Yep.
Anybody else? Jimmy the Greek was in it. Mel Tillis was in it. Ricky Velez was in it. Trying to see if there's any other
Yo,
made.
I want y'all to take a step back on this list real quick and remember he said Jackie Chan.
Yeah, Jackie Chan's in
I
here.
did.
Yeah. Yep.
How
He's
old
in-
is Jackie Chan when he did this movie?
You're talking 1981. Doesn't he ride with the? He rides with the fucking drug doctor.
No, he's on the Subaru thing.
Yeah, he's on the
Oh, right,
Subaru
the
team.
Subaru, right, with the kid who's that's not the kid who's playing video games halfway there. He's playing PlayStation or some shit like that. I can't remember. Who dressed up as the priest? That was Sammy Davis Jr., right?
That was
they
Sammy
drive-
Davis Jr.
Right, they drive the Ferrari.
And the best scene in the movie was when Adrienne Barbeau got pulled over for speeding and thought she was going to get out of it because of cleavage, and Valerie Perrine showed up to give her the ticket.
Right, and they're in the Lamborghini Countach. And you're right, it's Jackie Chan and Michael who race in the. That's the kid who's playing the fucking PlayStation as they're
Yep.
driving in the suit. Yeah. I want you to know this, and you might not know it. In 2012, EA Sports came out with a game called Need for Speed: The Run,
Yeah.
and it is based off of the plot of the movie.
Right.
Yeah, that game was.
Well, it was terrible, but yeah.
The load time on that game was outrageous.
Still not as bad as The Crew.
I'm still not there.
Ugh.
I haven't been there all night.
I have not played a video.
Oh
game
no,
since-
it's been horrid. Everything tonight has been horrid. Like we've had a good conversation over Skype. That part's actually been pretty decent the whole time.
No, you're in
Yeah, you've been in 8-bit land.
You've been in
for
8-bit
the
land
past
for like
45
25 minutes, 30 minutes, yeah.
And the Facebook Live thing is like, it freezes
Frozen.
up all the time.
Oh yeah. Oh no, OBS has been a shit show since the very beginning. I hit start on it and it goes, okay, no go, okay, no go, okay, no go. At one point, I had 23,000 drop frames.
Oh, shit.
Wow.
Mel Tillis and Terry Bradshaw drive the NASCAR car, the Chevy Malibu. It was such a great movie. Peter Fonda's in that movie too. He's got a cameo, but he's in it.
Yeah, plays a motorcycle rider.
Yeah, well, yeah. Is that a throwback to Easy Rider? Was he? Yeah, he was in Easy Rider, right?
That's what
Yeah.
he just said. The whole meta of
Yeah.
See, I'm glad somebody listens to me.
I was also reading and trying to, continue the conversation and get off.
I might be in 8-bit land, but I guess that's where I needed to be.
You came out of it.
Yeah, you're out of it now.
Came
kinda.
out of it.
Yay!
I think.
But you're like 3 frames per second. Like 10 frames.
You know the weirdest part is I had 3 updates come through like in the past couple days. That one was to my graphic card, which also is notifying me that I have another update, so hopefully it's to fix whatever the fuck this has been. Twitch has offered me beta into their streaming service.
Yeah. Okay.
And Razer and Nvidia both have updates that go to all of my hardware.
Lovely. Roger Moore drives the Aston Martin DB5.
Of course he does, because it was homage to Bond at that
The
point.
license plates are the same license plates that was in Goldfinger and same. Roger Moore never drove the DB5.
Nope.
In any one of the 7 movies he was in.
No, he did not.
Never once drove it.
How about this? Right now, the latest James Bond is the longest running James Bond.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Daniel Craig is
Daniel Craig is the longest running James Bond.
Yep.
Interesting.
That's over time, not over movies.
I think it's both.
No, he hasn't done more movies.
Roger Moore has 7. That's the top number, right?
I think
There's 5.
Yes, so he was in Casino Royale. He was in Quantum of Solace. He was in, what was the third one?
I own every one of these fucking movies too on DVD.
Yo, I would be more impressed if you told me you owned all the Bond books. And then I would be like, no, you don't, because there's no library in your house.
Yeah, no, I don't own them. She took the library. I did have most of them.
Dude, that's I've seen half of the Bond collection in paperback.
Yeah.
and
I have-
and that in itself is impressive.
I definitely had a lot of them. Bond was a big thing for me growing up. I remember my father taking me to
so
the first
No Time
movie.
to Die, Spectre, Skyfall, Quantum of Silence, Casino Royale are all of his. So he's longest running in terms of
Years.
14 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. Because Casino Royale was like,
2006.
oh my God, that's an old movie.
Sean Connery's got 6 movies.
Right, which also, I was gonna say, I thought Moore and Connery both had more movies than Craig had.
Moore has 7. And,
Moore has got 7, right?
and you can also count 7 if you take Say Never Again as a Bond film for Connery.
Okay. Dr. No, From Russia with Love, Goldfinger, Thunderball, You Only Live Twice. And then they threw that other guy in there for On Her Majesty's Secret Service, which was then redone to be called Casino Royale.
Right.
And Diamonds Are Forever. And then after that, it's Roger Moore.
I have to say that's got to be one of the best Bond songs ever.
Which one?
Diamonds Are Forever, man. That song is amazing.
My favorite is Goldeneye. Yeah, Turner.
It's good.
And also, oh my God, and also
Thunderball, maybe the best Bond
Octopussy.
song.
And also the one with Chris Cornell, for Casino Royale.
Okay. Yeah. Chris Cornell. And that's, I get it. I'm there, but that's also when he did that fucking shitty ass solo album.
I can't believe there have
I
been
like that
25
album.
Bond films.
It was not
Like,
bad.
there's like 40 fucking novels.
Yeah, I was like, there's got to be 40 plus novels of the collection.
How many of you guys saw the original Casino Royale, 1967?
Yeah. That's with
Woody Allen and
yeah.
a whole bunch of other people.
yeah.
That was a great movie.
Woody Allen's movies were pretty good back then until he lost his fucking mind.
Is it when he lost his mind or when you found out he was like
A kid toucher?
a kid toucher?
Yeah.
That's when he lost his mind.
Well, no, he had lost his mind well before then, but
We also know that the child molestation part of that's never been proven.
Okay.
Well, he's only fucking married her.
but was he married to her when she was 13?
No, it's not a Jerry Lee Lewis thing.
He started going out with Sun Yi when she was 20, which is creepy as fuck.
Yeah, because it's.
But
Woody
it's
Allen.
not kid touching. The allegations against him and his daughter have never been proven.
But didn't they get married?
With Sun Yi, yeah.
Yeah.
And again, that's an adult stepdaughter that he started dating is a level of creepy that I don't.
Yeah,
even wanna
it's just weird, creepy, but yeah, it's weird, creepy,
It's not-
and we'll ignore that part of it. But
the difference between that and molesting your child is worlds different.
yeah,
and
the more
people are treating
severe
him as like
allegations.
child molester as opposed to creepy old dude.
I think it's I think it's just because he is so close to that line. You know what I mean? He's like very thinly sidestepping the line. That you're like, the fact that you're so cleverly sidestepping this line make me think you're a pervert.
He's done over 50 fucking movies.
When I was
Yeah, he
8,
has.
I went out with a woman who was 36.
Oh, that's older is always better. It's creepy for
When
them,
you
not
were
for you.
16?
When I was 18. I went out
Okay.
with a woman who was 36.
Well, she was a perv.
No,
She-
she just
She
wanted
might have
to.
been,
She
but
wanted
I
to.
was legal.
She wanted to teach somebody the ways of love.
Yep.
Um,
I
and-
have
Wait, how
always
did that-
appreciated
oh, you
those
were
women.
That's
I said
not legal.
18.
Oh, 18. Oh, okay.
Then when I was 20, I went out with her 18-year-old daughter.
Barely legal. Like,
That gets a high five from
Yo,
you.
I looked at somebody's IMDb profile the other day that I couldn't believe. It was like 271 entries, and that didn't include shit that they done as themselves.
Yeah.
There's a whole lot of work there. But what I'm saying is, there's levels of creepy. Now, I went out with, I dated this woman for a good 7 months. I knew her daughter really well.
Apparently, You
Yeah.
got to know her a little bit better.
But the point is, at what point do we say it's creepy? Now, because my age was closer to the daughter, no one's ever going to accuse me of being creepy. They might accuse me of being really insensitive or a shitheel.
Well, I was gonna say, did you ever at any point try and work the
Sure.
angle?
For dating an 18-year-old when she was a 36, you said?
When I was a teenager, I dated women older than that. But, there are creepy women out there. You do realize that, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I'm saying
all
she
right.
was creepy. I'm not saying creepiness is, centered solely on men.
It's October. Creepiness. Where's Robert?
Right? Madonna's creepy. I mean,
Madonna is
creepy. Yeah. Anybody who fucks Dennis Rodman is creepy.
Where is our guy? Does he have an opinion on Dr. Sleep? Has anybody heard about that yet?
About what?
About what?
If Robert's got an opinion on Dr. Sleep yet?
What is Dr. Sleep?
It's the new Stephen King film that'll be dropping.
is that the
It is.
Stephen King promote?
It's the continuation. I don't know why he wouldn't promote it, considering the fact that he wrote the book for it. But it is The Shining Part 2, basically.
Oh, no. Yeah, that's the one with like Ewan McGregor, right?
Well, Danny's grown up. And, yeah, Danny is the child in the original, and Ian McGregor plays Daniel. And the story gets told from him after they survived the incident and his mom has passed. And then this is where the story picks up from, is his life from that point forward. I'm listening to the novel on Audible right now. It's an 18-hour listen.
Wow.
Oh, it's Stephen King. It's
Stephen
fucking
King.
9,000 pages.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got through...
I mean, writes a book.
I got through the preface and was already an hour and 50 minutes in.
Bananas.
See,
before the reader goes, chapter 1. I went, oh shit.
I mean, I get it. Look, Danny's got the shine. We know that.
Yeah.
But this takes it to the next level of cult involvement.
Well, no, see, that's just it though. When you talk about this, the other side of the entanglement here is the steam.
Yeah.
That's who the other people represent.
Right. They're the ones who are looking to become immortal by feeding off the shine.
Which they call the steam, and the steam is very limited.
Yeah.
They're kind of psychic vampires almost. Yeah, it's a real interesting twist of things. The way the story is told right off the beginning, just like I said, the first 2 hours of what I got into over here, it's very Stephen King. And there's no way they're going to be able to represent this in film.
Mike Flanagan does the, he's the, I believe he's the director on this movie.
Okay.
I like him personally.
I like him too.
What the fuck movie was his big one? Gerald's Game.
Oh, yes.
Gerald's Game. I mean, before
Which was
that-
50 Shades of Grey before 50 Shades of Grey.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
saying.
Yeah, I mean, he also did. I think one of his other movies was the Ouija movie. the Ouija board.
Gerald's Game was that handcuffed to the fucking bedpost twisted type shit.
Yeah, I think his breakout movie was Oculus or some shit like that. Yeah, Oculus.
Oh, that was terrible.
I was gonna say that was a
But-
really
but-
shitty movie, but
yeah.
I
mean, I
like
could
the
have said
second
Abstina.
movie. The second movie actually.
Hush, no.
No. Ouija: The Origin of Evil was a prequel to Ouija, and it was actually good.
Right, that's the one he did. Yeah, that's Flanagan's movie.
prequel.
He did both of them.
Oh, he did both? I didn't know
Yeah,
that. That I didn't know. I don't know many of his movies. I know the name. I'm seeing it here. I'm Mike Flanagan. I'm like, oh, okay, I know him.
Yeah. And what else? I think. Well, didn't he also do the Haunting of Hill House?
Yeah, the TV. Yeah,
That's
Haunting of
a
Hill House.
Good TV show.
Yeah. And you're right, it is Ewan McGregor and Rebecca Ferguson. Oh, the black dude. I know this guy. Call Lumsby. NYPD Blue. Oh, he plays an old dude now. Okay, cool. Oh, I'll check it out. I mean, I just don't know.
I don't know how it's going to translate to film. I
Yep.
suggest that if anybody's got an Audible,
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
if you need some shit to just fuck with your head for a little bit and you enjoyed The Shining,
I mean, yeah. Who didn't?
this is definitely worth a dive into. I'm loving it so far. I'm loving it. The story is being told amazingly.
Who's telling the story? Do you know offhand?
Hold on. Let me pull up my Audible.
While he's pulling that up, Washington beating Houston 5-2.
Ooh.
Read by Will Patton.
Will Patton. I don't know who that is.
Will Patton.
I have no idea who that is. Will Patton. It's William Rankin Will Patton. Oh, I know who that is.
It was a 20-mile drive from Fraser to North Conway, but Dan Torrance made it every Thursday night, partly
It's Armageddon. Armageddon. Remember the Titans, Armageddon, Gone in 60 Seconds, The Punisher.
Yeah.
He does a lot of audiobooks. A lot. He is known as an American actor and a audiobook narrator.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah. No, he's good. He's good. He was in a lot of movies, man. Remember the Titans, Armageddon, Swamp Thing, if you wanted to remember that movie.
Man,
Or
to hear this story, and sometimes it's just who's reading it, and sometimes the story's that good, and I'm not even into where the grit even happens. Like, I've just got that preface and then the very initial dive. I'm at chapter 3 right now, and it's just like, wow. To think about, like, to look back at The Shining and realize that story was never about the Overlook. It was never about Jack Nicholson. If you watch the movie, it was never about Jack. It was always about Danny. The whole story is all about Danny.
Well, yeah, I mean, that was, when you look at the movie now and break it down, that's what the original movie's about too. I think you.
That's what I'm saying. The whole story.
I think
whole
you
story.
Jack Nicholson, because of his portrayal in the movie, and everything that seems to happen to him, because you're always seeing Jack,
Right.
and you're watching. I forgot the character's name. I'm sorry, but you're watching.
It was Jack.
Oh, yeah, okay, you're right. You're watching him turn
Right.
from the wholesome dad taking his family to his new job to someone who is being pretty much consumed by the evilness of the hotel.
Yes.
And the whole point of all that is to distract from what the hotel really wants, or the Shine really wants, is the kid.
Right.
Because what good's the old man?
Well, no, technically, the way the story's actually being told is the Overlook is not the Shine looking for anything. Remember the cook?
Yeah, the black, yeah.
And Danny, they are the Shining.
Oh yeah, the black guy was the.
They are the Shining. The hotel senses
right
that's a power.
Yes.
Right.
And that their ability to sense that is even a thing is what leads to all of the events that take place. Like I'm saying, once you dive into, once you get started in the very beginning of this new book, Dr. Sleep, once you get into this part of it, you find out that some thoughts you had about the original, when you came out of that you even may have had it completely wrong. Like, you didn't even really know what the fuck was going on when that ended.
Okay.
Like, you're completely lost. Because just to get into the start of this, I was like, holy shit. This really makes that previous story... I got to go back and reevaluate that previous story, because now I don't know if I understood what I was seeing and what was really going on.
The black guy in that movie, what was his name? His original name was Scatman, right? Yeah, he was a great actor. He played in a lot of shit, too. He was in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
But yeah, just to hear this, like, he stays in touch with Danny after everything goes down.
Okay, well, that would make sense. I mean,
he stays in touch with Wendy and Danny after everything goes down. Jack dies with the fire at the Overlook, and that closes out Jack as a character and the Overlook as a place. But there are characters from the Overlook, just as the cook and some of the spirits that carry forward with Danny on the rest of the journey.
Okay. It's going to be tough to translate that to a movie. I'm sorry.
Oh, this one seems like it's going to be really difficult.
You know, it's really hard with all of Stephen King's work, I think, because his style, like when you're reading it, it's so evocative and you're kind of creating a movie in your head.
Yeah, he
as
brings
you're
you deep into
reading
the
it,
story.
right? And so when you watch a movie and it doesn't match this movie that you had in your head, you're just like, what is this nonsense?
There's only 2 scenarios where they've matched up spectacularly, and that was Tommy Knockers and Needful Things.
2 hours and 23 minutes is this movie length.
I'm partial to... I read Cujo, and I thought the movie was pretty well done from the interpretation of the novel.
I've
And
never read a Stephen King novel.
Christine is fucking dynamite.
Actually, Christine is one of Q's like favorites at that point.
Yeah, Christine is a well-written novel. The movie really doesn't do it justice, but it is one of the best adaptations from print to screen, Christine, because everything that's important in the book is in the movie.
Right.
Everything that's important is in that movie. Even down to the songs playing on the radio, they're in the book. You know, like it's like, this is the song playing, and it was, you could see that the adaptation of the novel to screen, from novel to screenplay, was well done. It was well done because the movie's fantastic.
Right.
If you read the book, it's one of those where you're not disappointed with the movie.
Right.
Same thing with Cujo.
Oh,
I read Cujo, and I thought the adaptation from novel to screen is fantastic. Everything that needed to be told is in the movie. You're not sitting there like with Harry Potter, Mr. Langan. You're not going, well, they left out that whole fucking thing. Okay, how come Harry Potter doesn't talk? You never, if you read the Harry Potter books and watch the movies, you'll hate every fucking movie. You'll hate them all.
Yeah. I mean, I've read the books and seen the movies. I don't think
Yeah, the adaptation is it's key points.
Yeah.
But there's massive things missing. Dumbledore. Who's the fucking giant in the movie?
Oh, Hagrid.
Hagrid's entire story is missing.
Yeah.
His entire story is missing.
I think that was done on purpose.
No, because Harry Potter would have been a 6-hour movie.
No, I think that was done on purpose to later drop. After they do Fantastic Beasts and they run that
I was going to say, if they were going to do
drop
that...
the Hagrid...
Then why would you have chose Tom Riddle? You would have chosen Hagrid first. You would have never chosen Tom Riddle.
Yeah.
Never. I don't care that it's he who shall not be named. I don't care.
Well, you needed a villain.
But there's no point in going into his backstory. You had the villain. You had everything you needed to know about he who shall not be named. You had the backstory through...
Are you not going to say Voldemort?
Goblet of Fire.
Goblet of Fire.
Right.
He does not.
He who shall not be named is Bill Belichick.
Voldemort.
Bill Belichick. We played this game last Halloween, right? Didn't we give everybody a character in the movie? And it was Bill Belichick, who is Voldemort. But yeah, it's Goblet of Fire that the whole Tom Riddle little
that's
story is.
Goblet of Fire.
Right. So you've got the whole backstory. It's there. What was the point of Fantastic Beasts? Just to sell more shit.
Yeah.
Just like Marvel's going to drop.
You can't say it anymore because now it's Disney owned. It's a Disney
but
property.
Marvel,
so Disney
Marvel
whores everything.
Yeah, but Marvel's going to drop a prequel for a character they just killed off in the last movie
Yeah.
and came out and said, she's dead.
Yeah, but only on a streaming channel that nobody's going to fucking care about.
No,
it's a
that's
movie.
major theatrical
What, Black
release.
Widow?
Yeah.
Black Widow.
Well,
Everybody, wait a minute.
So-
but
so-
that's not like a random thing they did.
No.
This movie is about 10 years overdue.
yeah. So it's
Honestly,
Hawkeye.
I agree.
Yeah.
But you could also go back and take tertiary characters, not saying Hagrid was a tertiary character,
No, he's the main character in the entire movie. Yeah.
but they could go back once they run the course with Fantastic Beasts.
Right. Give him an origin story.
And do an origin story for Hagrid to keep the Harry Potter lore
right.
going
Since
and make
she sold out to Disney,
more
there'll
money.
be 30 of these
They
fucking
won't.
movies.
There's a reason.
Well, yeah.
Movies revolve around pretty people.
Well, true. True.
They do. They just simply do.
Yeah.
Harry Potter was a cute kid that we could all get behind and imagine ourselves being.
Yeah,
Nobody
yeah,
wants to imagine themselves as the awkward giant.
Not true.
half giant.
He's half giant.
Yeah, don't get Mike calling in now. He'll be calling in and fucking yelling because we're talking
Half
about.
giant, half unleaded. I don't care what he is.
I'm gonna bring the wand.
Half giant, half decaf.
because I have heaters on that.
According to your local barista.
But yeah, it's Disney, so they'll just exploit it like they're doing everything
Warner
else.
Brothers
anyway.
owns.
Warner Brothers.
Is it Warner Brothers?
Yeah.
That Disney does
Oh,
not
so
own.
so in other words, at some point this will be on Warner Brothers streaming network next year and
Probably
exclusive.
They will probably not make a Hagrid
No, it's not
spinoff
HBO.
because honestly, nobody. I think Jim's on the money. Like,
Well,
I
yeah,
don't-
he's right. I mean, the story's
Yeah.
there. The story's definitely
Right.
there. You don't know much about Hagrid. It was all left out. It's in the books. If you want to know it,
If
go read it.
anything, they'll make a film version of The Cursed Child, which is the Broadway show going on right now.
Right.
Yeah.
And that actually will make for a good movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that.
They might
Mm-mm.
stretch it out and do 3 movies because if you go see The Cursed Child, it's in 2 parts. It's part 1.
Act
you go,
1 and Act 2?
It's in no, seriously, it's 2 parts. Like you
Right.
go see 2 hours with an intermission,
Right.
and then you leave and you either come back the next day
Oh,
and
Christ.
see a whole other part to it, or you come back like later that night. So you have to buy 2 separate tickets,
Oh, so what are they getting you? Like $226?
if not more. Yeah.
Oh no,
Or 400?
per person.
Yeah, per person.
Oh, okay.
It's an $800 affair to see the whole story.
Oh.
Yeah. So yeah, they're gonna make at least 3 movies out of that.
Or what's her name?
And you-
RJ, JR, JR,
J.K. Rowling.
J.K. Rowling.
huh? She's
And
fucking-
here's the best part about it: they
Trillion, I
won't
know.
sell you tickets to just one.
Right.
Nope.
You have to buy both of them.
You have to buy both.
Lifestyles of the rich and the famous. Look, Potter movies are dynamite.
Still nothing better than seeing 2 Chainz and Robin Leach hanging out together. Seeing as you said, lifestyles of the rich and famous.
Yeah, Robin Leach. Now on the Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous. He's dead, right?
No,
Robin Leach.
no,
Yeah,
no,
he's
he
dead.
is not.
He's dead.
He was last year on Vice Network doing a show with 2 Chainz where
He's dead.
he died like last year.
I know he's dead because I had him in my death pool.
So he
in
died
March.
last year.
August 2018. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
J.K. Rowling and Warner Brothers.
I was gonna say it had to have been after, like
Yeah.
because literally he was just with 2 Chainz doing trying to tell 2 Chainz about truffles, about the value of truffles in society.
J.K. Rowling and Warner Brothers have made it pretty clear there is presently no plans for Harry Potter and the Cursed Child to be made into a movie.
Yeah, they're gonna wait on that until they're done with these other.
Yeah, I was gonna say Broadway's got to be sucking up all the cash first.
Yeah.
And then after everybody's paid for that, and nobody wants to pay for it right there, $200 a squat, then they'll catch them for $18 a head to come into the film and see 4 films.
Right.
You know why? If I were them, I would wait a few more years.
Oh, yeah.
And then you could bring back the original cast members because they will be like, well, they are now, but like even more fully grown adults.
Hermione. And...
Star Wars people with her dying.
Well,
Natural,
hopefully these very young people won't die unnatural deaths.
I was going to say, and her dying didn't stop the film. All they did was CGI her ass into it. So.
And badly in some cases.
Yeah, I've heard it's kind of deplorable. And
Warner Brothers' new service, HBO Max or whatever it's going to be called.
So I said HBO, Warner Brothers.
Not HBO, because HBO Go is still going to stand on its own. Calling this Max, which incorporates everything, including, and maybe you didn't know this, Movies Anywhere is Warner Brothers also, which is where most people are syncing their digital libraries to. But yeah, between 16 and 17 bucks a month, or 16 and 18 bucks a month, or some shit like that. And that's supposed to drop at the end of this year or beginning of next year.
Wow.
Their new service. And if you go with the new service, you can bundle everything, which is HBO, Showtime, Cinemax, or Skinemax, as I like to call it, because what good is Cinemax unless it's 12:01 at night?
Homeowners insurance will be included.
I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure. But yeah, between 16 and 17 bucks a month, and it's going to couple everything. Remember you wanted a la carte cable? I told you were never going to have it. I told you you were never going to have a la carte cable. You're never going to get it. You're going to get it based on independent apps on a fucking device.
Never going to get it. Never going to get it. Never
Cable
going to get it. Never going to get it.
That channel.
That
talking back then. And
I mean,
said it was never
can
going to
kind of get that. Isn't that what
No, you
Slingbox
can't.
is?
It's a streaming service.
Yeah, but you pay for like.
But it's a streaming service. It's not calling your cable provider who gives you your internet and going, I want TV and I want 2457911 in New York.
Yeah.
And I want a 13 because that'll be included. And give me ESPN, HBO, and the Food Network.
No, that's not what cable companies do
No.
because they pay licensing fees.
That's
and-
right.
yeah.
Right.
It's never going to happen.
But-
No one's ever going
But
to
your
break
a
the
la carte
license.
is going to be exactly what you're getting now, where
Yeah.
you're getting CBS. You can go just have CBS. As long as you have internet, you can get all of CBS's
As
content.
long
you can't get
as
the
keywords.
You can't get CBS All Access.
Yes, you can. $5.99 a month.
$5.99.
Well, you have to pay for it.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's the point.
I
You got
find it offensive that you have to pay for broadcast channels.
Yes. Put up a fucking
see, the
antenna.
way-
It's free.
But the way that they're
Not all access.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
no. But
what-
CBS is free.
But CBS is giving you
Put up an antenna.
In CBS's mind, they're giving you the value because on All Access they are dropping just content you can only find on All Access.
Can't be all that important because no one's talking about
all
it.
the Star Trek.
Can't be all that important because no one's talking about it.
As a
Go look
lifelong
up
Star
Picard.
Trek
They're
fan,
doing an entire
Did you know?
series
I did,
about
and I stopped
Picard.
watching all things Star Trek because of that.
I mean, the new movie's supposed to be pretty good. That's coming, allegedly. It's
Like
supposed
they
to
are
tie
dropping
shit together.
in
but-
January on All Access, only on CBS
Yeah.
All Access for $5.99 a month. They are doing the entire series based on Jean-Luc Picard with Picard as
Yeah.
the actor.
Yes, that I know.
So
really
that
cool.
right there for anybody who's a Star
I
Wars
would-
fan, excluding
Yeah.
you because you
I'm
have
Star
a
Wars.
Trek fan.
Star Trek.
Yeah.
People
Star
will
Wars fans don't care.
people
Not
will
about Star
go
Trek.
pay for
Yeah.
that.
And I would too.
Just
if
have
it
And
were
at
on-
$6 a month,
if it
it's
were on a
not
different
really that
service,
much.
I would. But it's because CBS is the nature of television. And you know anything about the history of television?
Viacom.
Television is supposed to be in service to the people. The broadcast channels
That's right.
are in service to the people, and the government allows them to monetize because they are in service to the people.
That's right. That's why
And then
commercials.
to charge us for the content,
Yeah.
I believe is just
Highway robbery.
it's leave. Then give that channel to someone who's going to serve the people.
I think
and just do your sales.
I don't disagree with
I
that.
think if you can have the ability to pick and choose what you want to stream, I should be able to pick and choose what I want on my cable box. And the reasoning behind that is you can go and pick and choose whatever the fuck it is you want to watch on the internet, but without internet, you ain't watching it.
Yeah.
Which means you're still bound to a cable provider.
Dumb pipe.
Dumb pipe. That's right. A dumb pipe.
That's what I think all cable providers.
So when you...
I've been wrong because I figured it would have happened, and Webby and I have been having this conversation probably since 2009, 2010.
Yeah.
We really got heated about it.
Yep.
And when I cut the cord, because I called the cable company. I was paying for the 3-play. I had just moved into my place, so I had phone, internet, and cable.
Did the same thing.
I called them up and I said, I want BBC America because I wanted.
Doctor Who?
No, I wanted driving show.
Top Gear.
Top Gear. I wanted. All I wanted it for was Top Gear and Graham Norton.
Graham Norton show is fucking great.
Only 2 things I cared about on BBC America. Granted, yeah, I watched some of the British comedies, whatever. That was irrelevant.
Yeah.
So I call up the cable company and I'm like, hey, I want BBC America. And they're like, okay, let me look at your account, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, all right, that'll be $225.
Yeah.
I was paying $99.99 for the triple play. And I was like, but I just want BBC America.
No, you got to have this.
And they're like,
package.
no, you need to have this package. And I had to have a sports package. And I had to upgrade my cable box to a DVR box.
I do not get the NFL's Monday Night Football anymore.
ESPN.
Because ESPN is only included in a sports package on DirecTV.
That's right, it is. That's right.
So I basically told the cable company, well, go fuck yourself. All I want from you now is cable. Come get my box, come take my phone line, and I'm out.
Verizon gives me Monday Night Football. Everything else I watch through Sunday Ticket.
Fucking Yahoo app gives it to you, too. I mean, you can watch 3 games at 1 o'clock and 3 games or 2 games at 4 o'clock. And you can get the fucking Thursday night game on
YouTube.
YouTube, no,
Amazon.
Yep. And you can get Monday night game on your fucking Yahoo app. I watched 5 football games this weekend at the same time. I watched every 1 o'clock game at the same time.
I think that the accessibility barrier at this point is just internet access.
There were 8 1 o'clock games, but
that's the one thing that we need to democratize.
I had the 2 on the TV.
Because I watched every one of them.
Yeah, well, you got DirecTV, but I'm doing without that. I gave him the fucking website. I got a website, 1080p, no problem streaming. 0.
I watched it on my tablet at the laundromat.
Yep,
I'm on the phone with him, and he's like, "Yeah, go to this website, do this, do this, do this." I'm like, "Dude, this is super simple on a tablet because every time I wanted to pop a new ad, it would just open a new tab." So I go back
close
to
the
the
tab.
previous tab and close the tab.
Oh yeah, it's what it does on the PC too. But yeah, but it got our website. It's 1080p streaming. It fucking looks dynamite. I had 2 games going on the computer. I had my tablet. I had my phone. I had the other bullshit tablet, and I had the 2 games on the TV. I watched them all. Everyone was like, "What game you want to watch? Here, take the fucking tablet. Go watch that game. You going to smoke? Take the game with you. Fuck it. Don't care." But my point here is, no matter what happens, the a la carte has gone to the internet. You still got to pay your $60 a month for internet.
Well, that was always going to be. I never had a problem being
You're
connected.
dumping your cable, and you're paying the same fucking thing you're paying cable to watch it on the internet now.
Yeah.
And I don't care. Ren can run down these numbers and shove them in my face, and I'm going to tell him you're paying $2 less than I am.
So wait.
Not at your $275
Because
a
I
month.
have 5 cable boxes. Stop it already. You know this.
That's $50.
No, it's at $13.99 a box because they're DVRs. Whatever. It's $70 for boxes.
$70
and I
for
can
boxes.
dump them all except 2 right now. I need downstairs and upstairs. No one lives in the house anymore. I can dump them all, and I don't even have a DVR downstairs, so that's fucking.
Wait, say that again.
I can dump them all because
No. You know what line I want to hear. Nobody what?
Nobody's living there anymore. I'm paying for cable boxes that nobody turns on.
Wait, so you and IDK live together?
That's it. No one else in that house.
So you live there alone and you have 5 cable boxes?
Yes.
Well, yeah, but that's got to be a recent development because I am actually in shock by hearing those words.
I know. That's since they got married. Out the door. Boom. Gone.
They'll be back.
Not without a huge chunk of cash up front, because if you're gonna run out the fucking door on 2.5 months rent and the $5,000 you owe me, you ain't coming the fuck back.
Ew.
And I don't give a fuck what my bitch says about it. You ain't coming the fuck back.
All right, why don't we wrap?
Yes.
All right, Webb. So I'm gonna come pay a visit, seeing as I know you have a room over there for me.
2 rooms now. You can sleep separately from your babe. We can stick her in one room and you can stay in the other. I got 2. I might be renting one out soon if someone in my household don't find a job. But yeah, man, we can Thursday.
I'll come up.
Chimney on Thursday. That show has been rescheduled to November 21st. We will put out much more information on that in an appropriate guest list. You'll be late tomorrow. I mean Thursday.
I may be late.
Yeah, you will be late Thursday.
Probably.
That you will be late Thursday.
Probably.
Yes.
More than likely.
It's no Thursday.
It's his last hurrah.
Thursday is my last day with Company A.
Even though he hasn't been with Company A over the past week.
No, I'm still with Company A. I mean, I'm still working. But Thursday is my last official day in the office with Company A, and all of the people that like me want to take me out for drinks.
Oh, that's very nice.
2 people and a chick who's been trying to get in his pants for 3 years. And now he can't even take that opportunity because now he will no longer work with her, but he's now shacking up with the babe. So he can't take the opportunity of
I am
letting the other one in the
am
pants.
A-okay with where I am in life right now.
You know.
I don't know.
So
She
then I'm
has two
taking a
women
week
she wants
off.
to share.
So then I'm taking a week off.
Mhm.
And then I start Company B November 4th.
That sounds awesome. Good for you.
Yeah, it's a good move. It's a good transition.
Yeah.
It's a good move for me.
Hey, Pit Bros. Tuesday night, Jim Andrinos in the house. J7.
J3.
J7.
Jessica with us tonight. Thank you, Jessica, as always.
Jessica Maisonette.
Yes, Maisonette. I know. I make fun of it because I can. She hasn't slapped me yet, so I'm okay.
She can't reach you.
That's good.
That's why you're all the way over there.
That's right. She probably goes out and later in that Jim, that fucking web boy, that motherfucker. But hey, it's okay.
Everybody
I love
hates
you.
web
You know, that's my role. That's what I'm supposed to be. I'm the.
I was
asshole.
gonna say you're actually the only reoccurring female that's ever decided to step back into this hellhole,
right?
Generally because of Webboy.
Yeah. Well, hey, look, Amanda won't come back on.
She will.
I mean, not for anything. Amanda's almost left New Media if it wasn't for the fact that her and Jim still talk outside of here.
She has
Nothing
no
to plug.
reason to be here right now.
She's got the fucking reason
She
to take the
just-
train for an hour.
Didn't she just write and direct something? Well, she got none to plug.
Yeah, when things are being released, she will be here.
Look. Next October, when her film's released,
Yeah.
she'll be back.
Didn't she just do a fucking creepy shit with Robert?
Yes, she did. She made sure you weren't going to be here.
No, redhead.
Correct.
Right.
Jenya will be back before she's back.
She who shall not be named.
Jenya wants to come back.
Yeah, I know.
You guys just
Bring
haven't invited
Jenya
her.
back.
Yeah.
She's invited.
Yeah,
Bring her.
Jenya is always welcome.
She can just come in
Actually,
Yeah.
hold on. Next time, make sure that Mike's around when Jenya comes back.
Mike? Why Mike?
Me and Mike had a little bit of a conversation the last time he was on about how much he has an infatuation, so to speak.
What? Oh
Or-
my God! You got some New Media connection.
Or
it's like a fish called Wanda.
yeah, it really is.
That's the accent.
Be more attracted to Jenya.
It's the accent.
She's also beautiful.
But she
it's just
spoke
it's
Russian.
the accent.
Yeah, she is.
Me and her are each other's 2 favorite Twitter people. We are constantly liking and retweeting each other's shit. Like she's got some hilarious shit to fucking say.
Oh, I gotta follow her and you, Thump.
Follow me.
Yeah.
All right, 8-Bit Bros.
Yeah, 8-Bit Bros. Just remember that Jessica's on the show and is not following us on Twitter. 8-Bit Bros.
Yeah.
Following
Jim,
8-Bit Bros,
thank you.
probably not, but she's on the show.